Live, going live.
The equipment may in fact be
Oh,
ready
I
for
had a
streaming,
thing.
however.
Thing. These were sent in. Hello, everyone. By the way. Oh, that's really hard to open.
Well,
God damn it!
good job
All right.
you've got a knife here.
I have. This joke is not going to fly now because it's taking far too long to prepare it. These were sent in by someone. There we go. Right. No, the moment is passing. I think it's passed. The packaging is too hard to open.
Good lord.
I'm losing interest.
Hello.
However, I've got to do the bit out of politeness. There we go. Right. No.
I'm so pleased we were prepared for this.
I'm prepared. Hello, everyone. Coming at you live. Right here. At your faces. There we go. A fan sent these in, so now we can point at things. This would have been more useful when during lockdown and stuff, where we had to stay apart and that kind of thing. Anyway, that's it. That's the joke. That's it. Right. Hello, everyone. How you all doing? Sorry we're late. I was a bit late filming the recording for a repair, and it was stressful. So I'm starting rather tilted, shall we say. Before we get going, I'm literally going to sit down and drink one of this coffee and just field the chat for a little bit, and then we'll get started. So,
Doing something.
yes. Squeaky chair. The new stools are squeaking. Remember when we got new stools? Well, they're squeaking. Anyway. How's everyone doing today? Chris Kingan, thank you very much for the $10. Let's go!
Fly a kite up to the highest height.
Maybe. How are you doing, by the way? Because I don't think I've
I'm
asked
good.
since you walked through the door about half an hour ago.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm good. I'm well. You know, thank you. Your care is appreciated.
Excellent, excellent. There we go. Sorry, how's it going? The shop is looking great. Yeah, I got these soundproofing panels. I got these. A friend of me. A friend of me.
You've got a friend in me.
A friend of mine hooked me up. He does house fitting and stuff like that, and he sent me a message saying, "I've got bags of these soundproofing panels. Do you want them?" And I'm just like, "Hell yeah!" So we've got the soundproofing panels on the wall now, and they look super cool. And also, like, they massively cut down the echo in this room. We're on a condenser mic now, and like when I first moved in, the condenser mic was basically unusable.
Yeah, certainly as it's set up currently. Trying to use it for sort of two people talking to it, it was there was just so much reverb on it.
Yeah.
But now with it, it's far better than it was.
And when I did one of the first moving in videos that's on the that is contributors only, the secret videos.
Yes.
The initial one where I moved in and I was building up this bench, I was recording that with a condenser mic, and the sound on that for that section of the video is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. It's just like the echo is unbelievable. And just now, it just sounds like we're in. Well, yeah, we're in a room now. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I think the thing that's always impressive is how you hear things on a recording, yet when you were there talking to the person, you're just like, I never heard any of that.
Yeah.
Like how much your brain filters out whilst you're having the conversation, and then you go back and listen to the conversation. You go, is that really what it sounded like?
Yeah.
Was there really that much background noise?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yep. Richard Potter, mine fall off every day. Well, I tried two different methods of sticking mine on the wall. These ones here are not secured very well. I used 3M command strips on these. I've got one in the top left and top right corner of each panel, and they're kind of loose. This will just pull off if I try to pull it off. And if I fall against this wall and go, then I'll probably knock one off. So not great. So for the other ones that are on this wall and that wall over there, I bought contact adhesive. I keep looking at the microphone like it's the camera. I keep looking there instead of there. I bought spray contact adhesive. So I'll grab the bottle just to show you guys, actually.
I was feeling like clearly what you need to do is add some big eyes and ears to the camera.
Yeah.
Make it look like some horrific
Yep. I bought
face.
this stuff. This is Everbuild instant spray contact adhesive. It was £5 on Amazon. And basically, this is kind of industrial stuff. And you just do just a tiny spray. You just go, that's it. That's all you need. Just a tiny, just a hint on the back of the panel. And you just go on the wall. And the ones where I've done that, they won't come off. You can rub your face against them and they won't come off. They'll probably damage the wall when I do want to remove them, though. It's the catch. However, these rooms need redecorating, and the walls are bumpy, and the plaster needs resurfacing and all the rest of it. So I'm not worried about damaging the walls when I remove them. So just keep that in mind. They definitely won't come off if you use this, but you need to commit if you're using that. So.
Is it really a case of the metric of if something will fall off is face rubbing?
Well,
is that what you do to your walls at home regularly? You just kind of walk along and go, "Arr."
Maybe. Well, I could just sit there and poke them instead and just see if they fall off. I'll give them the poke test. See, these are. It's trying to come off. It's trying to walk out, but it's all right. It's all right. It's still good. There we go. So we're getting our money's worth out of the prop now. So, right, let's get on to FinTech. And then once I've had some coffee, we'll start building a hecking computer. Let's see. Noel Dowd, how's it going? What are your thoughts on the rumors of Windows 11? I don't know how I feel about it. So obviously everyone knows that when Windows 10 came out, Microsoft were like, this is the last version of Windows. And it was just like, no, it's not. We all know it's not. The implication is that Windows 10 would be long-term support per se, and it has been, because obviously Windows 10 is the first version of Windows that has had build updates. If you install Windows 7 or even Windows 8 on your computer, the actual kernel build is the same as what's the Goldmaster? What's the release version called?
Oh, just call it the release version.
Release version, yeah.
I know what you mean,
yeah,
but
it's the same as the release version. And 10 years later on Windows 7, even with all the updates installed, if you check the version of Windows you're running, it'll be the same as the release version. Whereas Windows 10, obviously now we're on 21H1, and we're at every time those big build updates come out, that is a new version of Windows 10.
Yeah.
And it's been fantastic to get those, because it means that when you install the latest version, the latest build of Windows 10, you've only got a couple of updates to install each time. Yeah. And now we're 5 years into Windows 10? 4 or 5 years?
Well, this will be the 6th year in July.
6 years.
Because it went RTM in July 2015, June 2015, something like that. I can't remember. Something around that point.
So
I just remember around that point that Windows 10 had been in public beta for a year.
Yeah.
And me going to several software providers. So, have you tested with Windows 10? No, we're not planning on doing that for a couple of years. It's been in beta for you to test with for a year.
This is what happened to Vista, man.
Come on, guys.
Yep.
What is this?
Vista got screwed, and Windows nearly happened with Windows 10 as well.
Yeah, and instead of testing with Windows 10 support, they went, new feature support, OS X.
Awesome.
I was like,
that's exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, yes. This thing that is used in offices where the only thing that people do in those offices is use Word and Excel, you're going to validate it on Macs.
Awesome.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know. Made no sense to me, but hey.
Yeah. Suffice to say, though, so 6 years in, though, you can do a clean install of Windows 10 and have maybe 3 updates to install.
Yeah.
That's pretty magic. Windows 7 sure as hell wasn't in that good a condition when it was 6 years old.
It wasn't in that good a condition
when it was 2 years old, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Really, because
so
they could basically completely rebuilt the Windows update for 10, and it actually functions.
Fuck this
most
tool,
of
I'm
the
just
time.
going to stand up.
You have a wheelie chair over there that doesn't squeak.
Yeah, but also it's about 2 inches off the ground, so because the gas strut in it is ruined. So
I can offer you a bicycle.
Can I offer you an egg in these trying times? So there's some super chats. I'll get to you guys in a moment. I've got to finish my bit on the question first. So so Windows 10 in great condition. That's what Microsoft meant by saying it was going to be the last version of Windows, is that they were going to release updates for it. And that's exactly what they did, and it's been great.
Although,
however, eventually, obviously, they want to do some kind of... But that's the thing, though, is just like... So when they say the Windows 11... Well, we'll call it Windows 11 for the sake of the conversation. We don't know what it'll be. Yeah. It might be 12, just because Microsoft. But let's pretend it's Windows 11, if that's on the way. What is that going to look like? Because they've only just finished Windows 10. Like, just as we were going live, we were talking about the sound control panel and how it's only recently been getting the last few features that make sure that the new sound settings can do everything that the legacy control panel
what it can't do?
What?
It can't go into like the advanced mode for like microphones and select like like stereo microphones. You can't select the channels or like the frequency for the recording. So I just thought of that. And I was just like, that's completely missing.
Like they've only just finished Windows 10 really, and I'm just like, and you're talking about Windows 11 by the end of the year. I don't know, man. So it's just it's not that I'm not hype. I'll be more interested when I've learned what this Windows 11 actually is. What is this? What's it going to look like? So and will it be a free update? It will be, because Windows 10 is software as a service, and and what will happen if Microsoft were to charge for Windows 11, no one will get it. Yeah. Everyone will say Windows 10 is free. Why would I upgrade?
Yeah.
Basically. So it'll be free. It'll be free.
I think the only thing it might do is change the licensing agreement. So it's a different set of licenses. So like for volume licensing and things like that, it will not activate using Windows 10 volume licenses. You have to get a Windows 11 volume license. But like that add-on to your volume license agreement would be effectively free.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see who would be entitled to said upgrade. Like, because obviously with Windows 10, it was a free upgrade from 7. As far back as 7, which was kind of mandatory, because obviously there was still so many people on 7, because Windows 8 was for all kinds of reasons that we won't go into.
Wasn't as popular.
Yeah, it was certainly not as widely adopted.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like Windows 11, they could just straight up say it's a free upgrade from Windows 10, but if you've got anything older than that, you've got to buy. You need to buy a license. Not like you'll probably be able to buy your licenses for very little money, but you know what I mean. It'll be chargeable.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, in a sense, possibly just changing the license key for it, just to reduce some of the old volume licenses that have been, sold on eBay and stuff. Maybe. I feel like Microsoft doesn't actually really care about that.
Yeah.
Just because obviously their money is in selling the volume license, their money is in Office 365 and things like that.
Yeah. Apparently there's going to be 24th of June is the Windows 11 keynote, so we're potentially finding out very soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Fair enough.
The other thing that was spotted was in something for, I can't remember what it was, one of the Windows package managers on a version of Windows, Windows Server. Is it referred to Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows? So no version number with it.
Yeah.
And the Windows one was a separate option to 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Oh god! Imagine if Windows 11 is just Microsoft Windows. I will be super angry if they do that, because that would be implying that would be the last version of Windows, like what 10 was going to be, kind of thing. It's like, no, please don't do that, Microsoft.
Yeah. I also get the feeling
don't be that guy.
That possibly it might just be pulling in all of the features and so on that were going to come out in 10X and in the other build of Windows 10 that was being developed. Because there was a parallel build being built wasn't there, which was effectively, I'll call it Windows 10 Go for want of a better equivalence, like Android Go. It was designed to have only, it didn't have support for traditional x86 apps and stuff like that. It was only, what's stuff from the Windows Store called?
App Store. Yeah.
Oh, what are they called? WSL?
Oh, yeah. I don't know the term, but I know what you mean.
That format of program.
Well, that was Windows 10s.
Yeah. No, that new version that they were doing they were trialing for the Duo. That.
Huh.
They were.
Yeah, because of course, for those of you who don't know, there is a Windows 10s, which is commonly seen on netbooks and low-end laptops, which is just App Store only. It is possible to break out of S mode. You have to go to the App Store and download an official Microsoft app that is remove Windows 10s or something like that, and it exits you out of S mode into just full-blown Windows where you can run anything you like.
Yeah.
However, the back-end support for x86 is there. It's designed to just be put on low-end laptops, and the idea is that because you can't install junk, it's effectively immune to junk and bloatware, so it keeps it clean and tidy. That's the theory.
It was Microsoft's first edition of Chromebook, basically.
Yeah.
Effectively, isn't it? Because it's very similar to how a Chromebook functions. Just obviously a Chromebook can't break out into traditional x86 stuff. Obviously, you can emulate some of it by running Linux in a VM on.
Because they kind of tried to do this with Windows 7 Starter, where they had reduced the functionality of it. But the problem is they haven't reduced it in any kind of useful capacity.
Windows 7 Starter, where at an OS level it didn't support multi-touch on trackpads.
Yeah, and
why was that a feature you removed? Multi-touch on a trackpad.
That's the thing, is you couldn't change. By default, personalization was disabled and stuff like that. But the thing is, you could still run any x86 app.
Yeah.
So the operating system could still be filled with junk. So they'd axed a whole load of functionality without actually achieving anything for the sacrifice.
Yeah. The only time I ever saw it was on a Sony Ultrabook. Like some 9-inch laptop or something from Sony that cost about $3,000.
Because Sony,
yeah, it cost like £3,000 and had like an Atom in it, and like it was a dual core processor running at like 1.6 or something. And I was just like, what?
Gross. Yeah. Well, let's see what they try and do with this then. Oh, and I'm trying to arrange Windows, and it's all gone horribly wrong while I'm trying to do it. Well, at any rate, we resolved that now anyway, so I can just carry on. Right, I'm going to back up to these super chats. I was trying to screen cap the super chats so I could get back down to the bottom of chat while we were talking and have both on screen at the same time, and I was doing it one-handed.
See, what you need is a magic trackpad.
Yes, I need a better trackpad than these things have, but these things are too convenient. Anyway, Ben Lay, thank you for the £5. Much appreciated. How's it going? And also, Ryan. Is that like a Nyan thing? You've got a cat profile picture? I don't know. Ryan, 76, thank you very much for the fiver as well. Great news! I no longer have an FX 6300 and a GTX 580. This is very good news. You've got a Ryzen 3600 and a 2070 Super. Damn, bro, that's a hell of a hike.
That's approximately an upgrade.
I would imagine that has changed your world. There are some upgrades which you buy where you're just like, well, yeah, it's faster, but I'm only going to notice it when I'm crunching numbers or something like that.
Yes.
However, there are some upgrades where it's just like, no, that's going to change your world. So,
I hope you also move to an SSD.
Yes. If you don't have an SSD, then I will be very upset with you. I will approximately find you.
Oh no.
Right, okay, I've scrolled to the bottom of chat so we can see things now. Windows Vista Basic. Vista Basic was actually okay because
some bits.
Yeah, but
it still had arbitrary, pointless restrictions.
Yeah. However, Vista Basic, that was actually doing things useful. Like, for example, it disabled the aero interface and just only had the basic graphics, which was good because it meant that low-end computers ran faster.
Yeah.
So it was removing functionality, but it was doing so in a way that actually benefited the kind of computers that it was aimed at.
Didn't it remove? Yeah, it removed the requirement for 3D acceleration support, didn't it? From Aero.
I think so, yeah.
Because it got rid of Aero.
Yeah.
So you didn't actually need to have 3D acceleration.
Yeah. So
Which is a horrifying concept in any computer made after about 2005.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, that when Vista came out, Aero was actually quite difficult to run for a lot of systems. So yeah. And I don't know if that was just because it was inefficient or just because low-end systems, but that's getting into the weeds of did Vista do anything wrong kind of thing, which is actually a really it's a really interesting conversation of starting from the base point of Vista did nothing wrong.
Which is the correct starting point.
That's the correct starting point. But at the same time, that's also a can of worms that I really don't want to get into.
My very quick summary on that is I don't think there was anything wrong with Vista. I think there was everything wrong with several major companies going, we're refusing to support Vista.
Yeah.
It's like, so what you're saying is you're refusing to support the operating system that has 90% market share of the market you want to sell in.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
And then it was also a case of people who are trying to run it on machines that had like 190 megs of RAM. It's like, this machine could barely run XP well.
Yeah.
Then you upgraded to Vista and then went, oh, it doesn't run very well. And I'm like, no, really?
Yeah. It was certainly a mixture of things.
That was certainly all of my experience. Because
at the very least, certainly support for Vista, third-party support for Vista on release was horrendous, which coloured a lot of people's views, including my own, of the operating. Because, like, you know, the story that I often tell is at the time I was contracting, and I went to a on site to a client's house to set up a new PC for him, and he was an accountant, so he was running Sage. I installed his new Vista Dell computer, and it was a decently spec'd computer. It ran very well. And I couldn't get Sage working on it. And I called up Sage and spoke to their tech support and all the rest of it. And they were just like, "Oh, we don't support Vista." And I'm like, "What do you mean you don't? What do you mean what do you mean that Sage, the industry standard accounting software, doesn't support Microsoft's latest flagship operating system that has been in beta for a year?"
There's had public beta.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Vista, the first version of Windows that has had easily accessible public betas.
Yeah.
That anyone could run.
And I said, when's the patch? And they said, oh, maybe in June or something, which was like 6 months away. And I'm like, what do you mean it's 6 months away to maybe your first patch to support Vista?
Yeah.
You know, and in the meantime, I'm like, I just bought this chap a new PC. What am I supposed to do? Yeah. And, you know, he had to go back to XP.
Yeah.
And us, you know, that was a guy who immediately was just like, I cannot use Vista. Yeah. And that's not Microsoft's fault, you know?
Yeah.
So
they did everything they could.
Yeah.
They're like public betas for a year, telling everyone for a year we're completely changing the driver stack.
Yeah.
No one paid any attention and no one updated their drivers.
Yeah.
How is that Microsoft's fault?
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh well. Right. Skimming down the chat. Windows Vista Basic was essentially XP at Service Pack 3. Ooh, no. It's in visual layout maybe, but in the back end you were still running the Vista kernel, which obviously was a completely different animal to XP, because you're on a Vista was NT5 or no, Vista was NT6, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I completely forgot.
Yeah,
all of those.
Yeah, completely different NT kernel. So yeah, visually similar, but back end night and day different. So yeah. Windows 7 was the speed of XP and the looks of Vista. Yes, but also the other thing to remember is that by the time that Windows 7 came out, the minimum standard of performance had gone up considerably to the point where anything would run Vista comfortably as well. Because you've got to remember, when Vista first came out, we were running around with 2 gigahertz Core 2 Duos at best.
Core 2 Duos and Core 2 Quads had literally just launched as Vista came out.
Yeah. And 256 megs of RAM.
Yeah.
You know, and that was fine for XP because XP at that point was what, 6 or 7 years old?
2002.
Yeah.
2002.
Probably 6 years old.
Yeah, so it would have been 4. From 2002 to 2006 is 4 years.
Oh yeah. I
So
forget,
so it'd have been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But it was a case of,
XP had a shorter flagship life than you
5
think.
years.
Yeah.
Which is the same as Windows 10 has.
Oh,
Windows 10 has only just surpassed XP as being the longest version of Windows without being superseded.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's only just happened now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Vista is NT6. Yeah, I thought so. Because 7 was 6.1, weirdly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 7 was... Because Microsoft knew that Vista was a poor seller, they went, we're stopping development on Vista, and naming it a new product.
Yeah, 7 was essentially Vista, what Vista was supposed to be,
because it actually had driver support and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it was the fantastic example I saw. There was a huge advertising campaign that Microsoft ran in America of I can't remember what the campaign was called, but it was basically they had 2 devices and they told someone that one of them was running Microsoft and one of them was running Apple. The Apple expensive option was actually running Vista. The Microsoft one was actually running something else, like an old version of XP or something. And everyone said, oh yeah, this Apple one is better. Then they said, oh, can you come look at these computers over here?
Okay.
They then put the same operating system that they just called Apple. They called it Vista, and then they called something else by a different code name.
I see.
And then everyone went, oh no, I like the other one, even though it was exactly the same thing, just because they'd called it Vista.
Yeah.
And Microsoft basically, with this advertising campaign, basically proved that everyone was hating on Vista, even though they said they liked it, when they used it without knowing it was called Vista.
Yeah. That was a very suave move on their part. It's very difficult to escape that, in the same way that it's like when lots of it's an issue that I have with customers all the time. Less so now, because the upgrade to Windows 10 is essentially done now. It's very rare that I see anyone who's not running Windows 10.
Yeah.
But obviously this has been an ongoing thing for the past 5 years of people coming in with older computers that I'm upgrading from 7 or 8 up to Windows 10, and they always say sort of, oh, will it look different? And I'm like, that depends on your perspective, because with some customers I can upgrade them from XP to 10 and they don't bat an eyelid. However, there are some people where if I move an icon from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, they just go, I can't use this.
Yeah.
And some people are just irrational about that, the example I give is like, if you buy a new car and the headlights are on the left instead of the right, you don't go, I can't drive this. You go, oh, and you go to the left instead. Whereas with a computer, everyone goes, oh, I'm not technically savvy. And I'm like, that's a poor excuse for not trying.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, is for some people, it was an uphill struggle because they just got it in their brain that if it looks different in any way, they didn't know how to use it. And I'm like, but it's the same. Your start menu is still in the bottom left. You still have your documents folder here, and they're like, oh, I don't know how to turn this off. And I'm like, in the same way as your old one, you click on start and you click on power. It's just like 7, but because the visual style was different, they just programmed themselves that it's too different and they didn't know how to use it. Yeah. So it's an uphill battle, man. So right. XP, Windows 9X and stuff. Yeah. Right.
I watched a video from
before you get going. I'm just going to quickly say thank you very much to come back scrolling. Oh, I hate this trackpad so much. There we go. Thank you very much to Riamoen McDonough Chad. I think I've just done a horrible job of that. Do you think you can do better because you're giggling?
No, it's just the way that you kind of halfway through just went, this is all raw.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Tier 1, by the way. Thank you for the channel membership.
Yeah.
Right, carry on with your story.
No, LGR, the channel on YouTube who
legit
do
game reviews.
I can't remember who do old PC stuff.
Yeah.
They were building a Socket 7 machine, I think it was.
Rad.
The one that Katrina linked in Retro on the Discord.
Okay, yeah.
And I was watching that, and I watched it, and I just spent half the time watching the build, kind of going, no one really bothered at the time to even try and lay things out logically. There just
Yeah.
seemed to be zero effort made. It wasn't a case of... It just looked like there was no effort whatsoever in making it so, I don't know, the connectors for hard drives are near to where hard drives would be in cases.
Yeah.
Or like the connector for RAM would be out of the way of a hard drive cage or stuff like that. And I was just
Yeah.
like, it just seemed really weird that there seemed to be so little effort put into making sure stuff was physically compatible with cases and stuff like that.
It's funny you should say that, because that's a trend that still continues to modern stuff.
Sure. No, absolutely. I don't say we've solved it now,
Yeah.
but you buy 90% of motherboards, 90% of cases, and you literally ignore all of the compatibility stuff.
Yeah.
That is narrow.
It is narrow, yeah. However, it's interesting because a modern example here is just like this is an FX, this is an AM3 motherboard, and it's
Modern.
it's got parallel ATA on it, and the parallel ATA is just here in the middle of the board. It's just in the middle. It's just like, what's it doing there? That's not where it goes, you know. And I like the front USB. It's got front USB 3 advertised prominently in the silkscreen, which is here, and it's just like, what? Why do you want your front USB 3 to be there? That's not where it goes, you know. So just now and then you get weird ass boards like this. So
Yeah,
but I know what you mean. It's just in the old days that was standard. They just put it wherever it landed.
But also the case of like, yes, because I clearly need 2 fan connectors for my CPU cooling, but I don't need my front USB to be near the front of my board.
Yes.
What?
Yep.
It's also just the amount of PCI Express on this, and just weird bits like that. This board makes little sense. It's ASRock, what do we expect? ASRock do...
It's also
their own
AM3s.
ASRock have always danced to the beat of their own drum.
Yeah.
These are not Asus randomly breaking standards, because we're better than standards.
Oof. I hated on Asus for years. I've kind of begrudgingly accepted it now.
Anyway, so we're building a computer.
Should we start building this computer? Yeah, let's get some stuff. I'm going to grab a couple of things.
Good.
So we're building this computer because I've got some bits lying around that I want to build up. Ages ago, Caradog came in with this with an Asus motherboard with an Asus Sabertooth Z97. Check that bad boy out.
Tough Ultimate Force Limited Edition. Thank you very much.
Tough Ultimate Force. It's tough the Ultimate Force.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You said tough Ultimate Force.
Oh, I meant to say tough.
Yeah. Well, that's what tough stands for, the Ultimate Force.
Yes.
Tough sounds a lot better than just the Ultimate Force. I don't know what they were thinking when Asus came up with the tough branding. Just the Ultimate Force. It's just, yeah. This gets onto a conversation of weird. What's the
Taglines.
slogan? Yeah, weird slogans that companies have. Yeah, like who is it that has rock solid heart touching? That's Asus as well, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, rock solid heart touching.
Yes.
You know, just so we've got
Also Asus have Demand Incredible.
Inspire it. Yeah,
Demand Incredible Inspire something.
yeah.
And I'm like, that was on a line of
That's
motherboards.
ASRock. Yeah.
I had that on a line of motherboards that had BIOS issues that caused them to blue screen unless you had a specific hardware combination that involved hard drives. You had to have hard drives plugged into the motherboard, or otherwise it would blue screen. But only
Very
when
well.
the graphics driver was installed.
Night Fusion, thanks for the £2. Oi, don't diss Asus. We've now been paid £2 to stop dissing Asus.
My integrity is higher than that. Give me a fiver.
£5 to start dissing Asus again. So we've got a Sabertooth Z97. This has got a i7 4790K in it, which is not too shabby.
Yes, it's the special Devil Canyons one.
Special Devil Canyons one.
Yeah, they're special because they're Devil Canyons.
Deviled eggs. Fair enough. Deviled canyons.
Devils.
And I've also got this Radeon HD 6950, which I've rattle canned. And
It's a special white edition.
yes, it's super rare, one of a kind. I'll quickly show you this because I posted a picture of this. It was actually in the thumbnail. And I did a rattle can job on this, and I learned something interesting that I thought I'd share with people. Let's just switch to the bench cam. Bam. So, the focus is probably right. So I rattle canned this thing, and actually let's go in a little bit closer just so I can show you the finish, because the finish is not great, but I learned something when I was doing it. So what I did was I tried roughing up. This was shiny plastic, and I tried roughing it up, and the areas where I roughed up the plastic actually came out terribly, and you can see where there's scuffs and stuff like that. It doesn't look great. However, the areas where I didn't do anything, the paint actually adhered just fine. So if I just trusted the primer that I used and done a bit more of a careful job of masking off these areas here, we actually would have ended up with a fairly decent finish. The paint has stuck down on this shiny plastic really well, and I thought it was just going to chip off. So if you want to try and do a rattle can paint job on something to make it white, then as I say, don't worry about prep work. Literally just trust your primer, basically. And yeah, you can end up with a cool white graphics card like that. So yeah, so now I've got a nice matching white graphics card for the Sabertooth motherboard. So yeah. Graham, delid the thing. No. Well,
there's no point. It's soldered.
No. Oh,
that was the point?
Is that what makes it a special edition?
That was the point of the Devil's Canyon. Was they were slightly differently binned, I think.
Yeah.
And then they were soldered.
Oh,
it's supposed to thermal pasted it.
There we go. Yep. Well, maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see if that's worth anything. We'll see how it does. 4790K isn't soldered, apparently, according to Postal. Conflicting information. Who knows? Where's the OCZ Platinum kit, bro? Yeah, we got HyperX Savage here, which is far too modern for this platform. I don't know why I just showed it to this camera. This camera isn't on, but yeah, we got Kingston HyperX Savage in there. Most of which is not going to get recognized because we're installing XP 32-bit. For the pure reason is that I want to run Deus Ex 1. And running Deus Ex 1...
Have you confirmed this graphics card will actually support it?
No. This might be a colossal waste of time, but we're doing it anyway.
I see.
So yeah. 5775C is the top that you could put on Z97. What the hell is a 5775C?
It's 5th gen Intel. It's Broadwell.
I thought Broadwell was mobile only.
No. They just basically instantly killed the desktop side.
Oh.
They went, here are chips for review, and it's gone.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Basically.
I thought it was mobile. I thought it was mobile only ever released as mobile only, and then desktop basically skipped up to Skylake.
No.
But yeah.
It was just weird.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was out for like 3 months.
Yeah. And overclocked 5775C reaches an 8700K in gaming. Not bad, Obama. Huh.
But yeah, it had the thing about it was that it had L4 cache. It had a big pool of L4 cache.
Huh. Fair enough. Yeah, that'd be pretty baller in the right places. Yeah.
Yeah, made the integrated graphics.
Yeah. Also, please fix RAM in wrong slots. Are you sure?
There are no stars.
We've got something. Dim1, A1, A2. I was going to say on Ind. Oh no, A and D you count from the socket. Yeah, no, I think he's right. Hang on a sec.
But that's
B1, B2.
A1, A2.
Yeah, we've got A1 B2 and B. Yeah, and we've got B1 and B2 down there. So no, it's correct slots for this board. Although if someone wants to look up the manual, I'll gladly be corrected. But this is not going to be a performance machine, so I don't care.
Especially given that it's going to be running XP.
Put it in a LAN boy. Yeah, boys.
With your Danger Den.
With the Danger Den Maze 3. Yeah, I've got to find that. I'm sure I've got it. I think it's under my bed at home, legitimately. I think there's a box underneath my bed at home that's got just all my Danger Den Maze 3 water blocks in it. I wouldn't have thrown them out.
The way you said that kind of implied that it was connected to the bed.
Water-cooled bed.
When it gets stuffy at night.
Yeah.
I
Right.
always want to have a cool side of a pillow. So I water-cooled my pillow.
I'm going to get the case. I've got a case for this.
I have absolutely no idea what you've got planned for the case, but still.
Nothing super interesting. It's just our white case.
So you are going for a white theme on this.
Yes, we are doing the white build.
Fair enough. I mean, there's a nice Leanne out here that's white. Oh, have you fallen over? Okay.
This is not really the ideal case for this build because the ideal case would have a 5¼ inch bay for a DVD drive.
Yeah.
Because considering I want to run old 90s games on this, I kind of need a DVD drive. However, I'm going to run a USB DVD drive, I wanted to use this case because it's the only white case I own at the moment, other than the Lianli. But I'm not using the Lianli. So yeah, I thought I'd dig out the XPG Invader, which I've had since I reviewed it.
Yeah, you did. I forgot about that.
This was one of my early reviews.
I honestly thought you'd specially got it for this, and I was just going to be like, that seems like a colossal waste of money.
Yeah. Nope, this was a review case that I had a while back. Unfortunately, XPG didn't get back to me for following up on stuff. But
that's a shame.
on the other hand, I wasn't really getting back to them either. It was a mixture of it was a mixture of just breakdown of communications, which is a shame because I really wanted to talk to the PR company because my contact was with a PR company that was working for several large brands that included, like Iyama and MSI and stuff like that. So I was kind of hoping that this would be an angle into a lot of other stuff, but it just didn't pan out, unfortunately. I got this white case, so I thought we'll put it all in this. XPG is a decent brand. It's Adamant's gaming division. I would call it a budget brand.
Oh, you've got yellow bits.
Yellow bits? Oh. Yeah, I would call it a budget brand, but, they've got some stuff. It's all a question of, spin it this way. It's all a question of whether it does what you need it to do or not. But yeah, this case had some cool bits about it, some bits that I liked and some bits that I didn't like. There were areas where they put in a lot of effort with this case that had made it quite interestingly unique. But then there were other places that just let it down. Like, the fit and finish of it. The gaps between panels are horrendous on this case. As soon as I just pointed it out, Caradog just saw it and went, "Oh wow, you're not kidding there." And if I just quickly show you guys a shot of it, bench cam, bam, bench cam inverted, bam, and focus. See, all this gets edited out when I do a video. See, this is the top corner, and you can see the gap between where these panels all meet up, and just how all over the place this is. That was the bad part about this case, is just nothing lines up on it, and that was the annoying thing. But the front panel on it, the USB ports are nice and stuff like that. They did their own front panel. It was all their own design. It's not just another Chinese case kind of thing. So, there were bits that came out really good on this thing, and other bits. I'm the front panel comes off and it's really nice. And, you've got a removable dust filter there. And it's got ground effect lighting in here. And there were bits of this that were really good. But there are other bits that were just kind of naff.
I wasn't expecting you to finish that sentence with lighting. I was expecting you to just say it has the ground effect. And it's an Achronoplan.
Yeah.
It flies across the Caspian Sea.
So, yeah. Well, I'd say it's got an underglow light at the front. And it's actually got a built-in RGB controller for that underglow light, which has got an RGB output. Because I can see I've actually left an LED strip in this, which I'd forgotten was in here.
Goodies!
So, yeah, indeed. Let's start building this thing up.
It's got black screws though.
Black screws. Oh yeah, black them. I like the contrast of black bits in a white build. So, yes. If you had that case, the white colouring will get stained with dirt. Yeah, that'll happen. That can happen with white stuff. This LED panel looks LED strip is just falling out of place. Yeah.
Oh, is this the one you got?
That's
Okay.
one of my old ones. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Is
I was
that
wondering if
ARGB
I was
or
wondering-
it's analog?
I was wondering if it was the one that came with this.
No. No. Yeah, analog RGB. I may or may not use that. I've got a pack of. I've got a pack of LED fans, but no, because it's not an airflow case, I'm not going to bother putting the LED fans in there. We'll see. Let's build it up. Well, if I can always pull bits out if I'm just like, actually, I've changed my mind on this. So, right, let's set up the camera so you guys can see what we're doing while we sit and chat about it.
Are you taking this out? Or are you leaving it in? Or are you going to remount it?
How difficult is that to remove? It looks like I've bodged that at the bottom there.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, that's staying in there. I will remount it. I will remount that. Right, let's see. Bench cam inverted, I think. Yeah, that one.
Do you have a power supply for this?
I
you
was.
prepared?
There are power supplies around. I was probably going to stick that VS550 in it. Focus.
I don't know how much a 6950 wants.
About 300 watts. And I'm not
Yes.
even joking.
That was kind of my point.
Yeah. Can the VS550 do... What can this do on its 12-volt rail? Will this power supply be enough? It's got 500 watts on its 12-volt rail.
Yeah, I mean, it can run a 3070.
Yeah, that's good enough for America. Yeah, that'll do. We'll stick this in it. It'll be fine. It'll be great. You'll see. So, ew, VS. Look, does this look like it's a high-effort build here we're doing? I wanted to cobble something together with just stuff we had lying around. So I rattle-canned a graphics card. We're putting 4th gen Intel in it. I wanted to do something fun. Like just we're not.
Have you lost the IO shield?
Oh,
You've lost the IO shield.
you might be right. Oh, that's annoying. How did I manage? Oh no. Oh, hold on. Let me have a look around. Calm down. I've seen it. That's the thing. I've seen it around. Let's put this glass panel somewhere that's not balanced on top of the chair.
Let's balance it on top of the keyboard instead.
Shush.
Uh,
Shut up, your face. Oh no! Oh, I had it. Oh.
good job. Well done. Excellent.
Oh, that makes me eternally sad.
Yeah, absolutely. Vision mailed. Go home. We'll get them next time.
Oh,
round.
that's annoying because I had it and I've seen it, and you know what's going to happen is we're going to build this up, and as soon as we go, right, thanks for coming, everyone. That's the end of the show, and literally, I'll be switching off the lights, and I'll be like, "There's the IO shield." That's what will happen. It happens every time. All right, we're going shieldless.
Yes.
We're going in bare.
Yes.
Let's stick this thing in. Oh, also I need to figure out what we're doing for cooling as well.
Well, you see, you also have a period appropriate AIO there.
Uh,
think. Is that my one?
yes, but I don't have an Intel bracket for it.
Do you not?
No,
Oh,
it's got
yeah.
AMD on it.
Yeah, no, I was looking. I was like, oh yes, you've got 75% of
And
Adamant.
annoyingly, I have got I've got an Intel bracket for the older water coolers. So I've got this Intel bracket. However, this won't fit that one because that's got the square jobby on it, and this is the round
Then
jobby.
this is not the one that came with that.
Okay, yeah. I've got a couple around. I think the one you're thinking of might be in the recording PC.
Ah, what happened to the one that wasn't there then? Did that? Oh, is it the one that's in there?
That's the one that's in there, I think. Yeah,
Right,
that's the problem. All of my water coolers
yes.
get shifted around so
Yes,
much.
Yes. So where's the one that was on there?
Well, that's a cracker. Oh, that one there is that one there.
Then that is not the one that came with that. That's
Okay.
right. Okay.
The important thing is we don't
Yeah.
have a water cooler.
No, that's fine. I'm working backwards to find. I mean, what we could do is, because that one's old enough to take that bracket,
Yeah.
is if you really wanted to, is take the one out of that, put that one in there.
Oh, that won't go in. That's a 220T. That won't take a 280mm rad.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's a 280mm rad. That won't fit in a
Right.
220.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two 40mm reds don't go in a 220. But yeah, well they do because it's got one in there. But
I'm sure you've got a stock.
Either way,
stock Intel heatsink somewhere.
What I thought we'd use is friend of the channel dropped this on me, and this Arctic Freezer i30, and I was like, oh that'll be good. So we'll stick this on it. This should be a fairly decent air cooler, I'd say.
It's even got white blades on the fan.
That's right. It was originally from Scan as well. It's got the Scan sticker on it.
Excellent.
So yeah. Rick Lakes, thank you for the $10. Hello, hope you're having a good day. I'm getting there. Thank you very much.
Oh yes.
Been stressful, but now we're getting on to something that's a bit more entertaining, hopefully.
I looked at that and then suddenly went, yeah, except for this isn't compatible. And then I forgot what socket that was because I thought that was 775 for a second.
Yeah, no.
And then I just went, oh
I've
no,
got a 775.
it's fine.
Yeah, I was really sad that I've got this piece of art as well. This Akasa Blue Aurora. Oh, so let me get that out of the way. I got this work of art, and this would have been rad as hell, man. Check that out. How naughties is this thing? Still in sealed cooling. However, this is.
I guarantee you could sell that for 50 quid on eBay.
You reckon?
Sealed. Well, it's sealed. People pay stupid money for stuff that's sealed.
However, also it's only 775.
So it's sealed.
It's sealed for your 775. There's an alliteration joke in here somewhere.
It's sealed for your pleasure. Wait, no. Moving on.
Either way, it won't fit, so we can't use it.
Then it definitely isn't for your pleasure.
That would have been cool if we'd been. I would have loved to have put that on it, but yeah, no, it's no bueno. And Night Fusion, thank you for the additional £2. Zip tie the AIO. No.
You should have told me, and then I could have brought the thermal take fans.
The thermal take fans?
Yeah, with the LEDs.
Oh, not those ones. Yeah,
they would have been period appropriate.
No. Yeah.
They're actually possibly slightly older than this would be. But still.
If this had a mesh front panel, I've got a brand new pack of Corsair SP120 RGBs.
No.
And I'd have put that in there just for the sake of building it up and making it look pretty.
No.
But because it doesn't have a mesh front panel, it's not worth it.
It's fine, I can make this the Airflow edition.
Yeah.
That's what I did for my Obsidian.
What happened to the EK AIO? That's in my LAN call too. I'll just turn that on so it lights up. You guys can just about see that. Hang on a sec. Let me if I switch back to if I just face cam over there, there you go. The EK is in that one there. That's where the EK is, and that's where it lives. So bam. And it does very well in there. It looks very pretty. It's a shame. I really want this computer out on the front shop floor, out on show, but it's there for testing. That's what it was built up for. So it just sits in the background and looks pretty now. You need an old style Zalman flower. Yeah, man. That would be cool as well.
Again, I have one.
Thermal steak. Grilling bits on the CPU. I saw a very funny video that was literally that recently. Right. I'm going to take off this old mounting hardware. Any idea what this is for, this backplate you've got? And do you want it?
It's for a Corsair.
I was going to say, actually, yeah.
It's for a Corsair
I should have
AIO.
recognised that, yeah. Just missing the import. Oh, yeah.
It's for the Corsair AIO I gave you that had all of the mounting features for this motherboard.
Did you bring that in at the same time as this board?
No.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
It's
you expect me to keep track of these things?
It's the ones I gave you like a year beforehand.
Yes, because of course I remember exactly where those ones are. But yeah.
Well, we worked it out. It's in there.
Yes, I think you're correct. Yes, I think it's in the record. I think the one you're thinking of is in the recording station at the moment. And...
Sorry, guys. Stream's over. We're taking out the call. Just start YouTube live streaming from a mobile phone instead.
Time to go mobile.
Oh, dear.
Right. Let's see what's going on in chat. I'm upset you're not using AGP. Well, as I say, for Ultimate XP build, this is not exactly period correct, but I'm thinking that this is probably the oldest hardware I've got lying around. No, it's not actually, not by a long shot. But this is some oldish hardware I've got lying around that should run XP without any fuss, and still be kind of modern and cool looking. And it's a matter of any game that I want to run that is from the late 90s or early noughties, it will just run at a billion FPS. So I can just run at whatever speed I want. Could you move the case out of the way a sec, actually? Just because we should probably mount up this air cooler in situ firstly. So let's do that. Yeah, if you want to unbox... Yeah. You want to unbox that while I read up on chat. Man, that thing's big, man. Comes with the... Is that thermal paste separated? Is that separated into literally water? Oh, what? Has that been used before? It's MX4.
Possibly, because this is very much not official baggage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this has been used before, hasn't it? It's just been
Apparently it was
repackaged.
RMA'd.
Oh, interesting. RMA number, and we've got a used tube of thermal paste. Odd.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, what, the lack of flatness?
It's a bit how you're doing, isn't it?
No one cared about flatness in those days. Check this out, everyone. Look at that. You could build a village in those canyons.
It is a little bit how you're doing.
Yeah.
Goodness.
However, it's a big ass fan, that. Huge. All right. I might task you with fitting this CPU cooler while I catch up with chat. Have we got everything we need for that? Oh yeah, we've got that as well. Yeah.
Are we going permanent? Am I going to peel?
No, never peel. Does it fit?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Right. I'll leave that on screen. You can fit that. I'm gonna read chat.
Oh.
What else have you got?
More.
Well, yeah, because you obviously need some plate. We've got 2 back plates for some reason.
Yeah, that's more what I meant.
Yeah.
I meant, oh, there's more. That must be the AMD one.
But wait, there's more. All right. Anyway, let's see. Should put your naughty Strix in that build. What's your naughty Strix, Night Fusion?
I don't want to know.
Me waiting for the case to get knocked off the stool. Oh, it'll be fine. I need a GN mod map. I kind of want one and kind of don't. Like, I've actually gone back
The
to...
address is known.
It's true. If someone wants to buy me a GN mod... I was right. I thought I was wrong. I thought I was about to say a GN mouse mod mat. A mod mouse mat. They're more than welcome to. I think they're rad. I've actually gone back to using my old mouse pad on this bench, though. The old dragon one that's full of burn marks and stuff like that, because I had...
Battle scars.
Yeah, well, I had the really nice one that an anonymous viewer sent in, which is now over here. It's on this bench here. And I was using that, but the problem was just pretty much every job I was doing, I was like, I need to cover up my nice mat because I don't want to ruin it. And I'm like, there's no point in having this really nice mouse mat on this workbench because I'm constantly covering it because I don't want to damage it. So I've put the nice one on the show bench behind me. And I've gone back to using a grotty one here. And if I got a GN mod mat, then the same thing would happen. I'd never want to use it. That's the problem.
I like that the instructions specifically call for sticky tape.
Good job. Let's see. What board is this? This is an Asus Tough Gaming Sabertooth Z97 Mark S. So the Sabertooth Z97 was this board in black, and the Mark S version is just the white special edition one. Void Pure, the motherboard's unique number. The limited edition had a number marked on the I/O shroud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 2980. Oh, sorry,
Six.
2680. I'm reading it upside down. 2680 apparently. Let's see. What are we doing today? Just joined. We're building up a Intel Haswell build with a really cool motherboard and my rattle-canned 6950 here that I've acquired. And we're going to install Windows XP on it, and we're going to run Deus Ex at 1,000,000 FPS. We might not actually see Deus Ex running today because I forgot to bring the CD in with me. But we're going to install Windows XP, and it's going to be hilarious.
Dip.
Thermal paste separation is something that you're only just finding out about yourself. Yeah, this is why I don't buy big syringes of thermal paste. I only ever buy these what's this one? This is a 4-gram tube. I buy these 4-gram tubes of MX4 because that way they don't go off before I've used it up. And generally speaking, they seem to stay good in the box for a decent period of time. So yeah, but every time I've tried to buy a big tube of thermal paste that will last me, it starts separating before I'm halfway through the tube.
Have you ever bought good thermal paste like that though? Because the only times I've ever seen you do that has been with unbranded grey goop.
This is true. I can't remember if it happened with MX4 or not.
I was looking, and like a 50-gram tube of MX5 is like £16 or something dumb, and I was just like, okay. Well, a 4-gram tube was £16.
Yeah,
and well, I was like, hold on a minute.
The price on MX4 jumps around a lot. Sometimes you have to shop around, and sometimes you, I always say shop around between like eBay and Amazon and so on and so forth.
Do we think this will do it?
Probably not. Not the secure. This guy is not very good for bigger screws.
Oh wait, do I have to hold the thing?
Yeah, you hold the thing and turn it, and it buzzes in and out. Hey, it's not doing too bad. There we go. Yeah, this is the secure smart screwdriver. I've been reviewing this. The review is in the works. It's okay. It's not my It's not my favorite new tool. With bearing the price in mind, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's pretty cool. Video coming soon where I will demonstrate more about it. And
I just lost the...
What have you lost? Oh, while you find whatever you lost, I'm going to catch up on some super chats. Jonathan Electrolux III with 10 Canadian dollars. Thanks from Ontario, Canada for your kind efforts. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, brave citizen.
Well, I was about to say thank you to random citizen, but you're not a random citizen because your name is in the super chat. Thank you very much, though. I greatly appreciate it. Can it run Crisis? I don't actually.
No.
Well, Crisis 1.
No, it can't.
No?
Nothing can run Crisis.
Yeah, okay. Crisis can't run Crisis. Yeah.
There is a minor problem.
What have you lost?
Them.
Oh, so have you got two left-hand ones or something?
I've got the...
Wait, that's a double kit.
Why? Why was this RMA'd? Maybe that was why it was RMA'd?
I tell you what, it probably got RMA'd and the chap kept half of the mounting hardware, and then when it got returned, it came with a brand new set of mounting hardware. So he's got half of all the bits or something.
Yes, that is all I can presume.
What a mystery.
That was confusing me. I was like, these must be the 2011 ones.
This is our manufactured drama. So let's see. Christopher David as well with the $20. Thank you very much. Greetings, gents. How's Caradog's new AIO working out after the last live stream? Any follow-up surprises? Good question, actually. Computer running okay?
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, fair enough. Have you changed the hoses yet, or is that in the future? Yeah, no, not yet.
Don't worry. Everyone will get to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to be revisiting that on a future live stream. We'll actually change the hoses, which basically means we're going to do it all over again. But
I am undecided as to whether I'm going to bring both of the computers and swap everything.
When you say both the computers, what's shifting to your 5800X system? Sorry, your 5950X system.
Yeah, my home PC.
Yeah.
And my work PC, and then take the work PC off of a custom loop and put it.
Yeah, what's cooling your...
But then it's a case that then means I'd have to take the block off of the 5700 XT, which seems pointless because the stock cooler is terabad.
Yeah, that's true.
So
but then on the other hand, if you
buy more kit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends if... When's the next time that you're going to use that 5700 XT in anger, though?
Don't know, but...
Yeah, because, like,
it's a case of,
I mean, obviously, you're going to keep it because it's a special edition card, but yeah, it's a case of, does it really matter if it's got the NAF air cooler on it when you're only sort of using it for posterity anyway? But
yes, maybe.
Yeah.
It's also just kind of a case of it seems silly not to.
Yeah. What's cooling your 5950X at the moment? Have you got the chiller on it at the moment?
No, I'm using the Arctic Liquid Freezer.
Oh, of course. I keep asking you this question. You keep saying I've got an Arctic Liquid Freezer too. And I keep going, oh yes, I knew that.
The 360.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, I can't use the special AMD offset mount because it interferes with something.
Yeah. Have you got these the right way round? Sanity check. Yes. However, I feel like they should have been 90 degrees. Are we going to change that?
But see, the only reason I did it that way round is because it says typical ATX, and it's got it the
blowing
other way
upwards.
round.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this cooler designed to function the other way round?
Yeah, they're going for a upright, and so that's going to sit there and blow upwards. Yeah, that's I don't know, man. The graphics card's going to be like there.
Exactly. That's why I was
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
That makes little sense to me, but that's what the instructions say.
I mean, it's a square mount, so you can just rotate the whole thing 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm inclined to do.
But I wanted to see what it would be like.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
I do not agree. I disagree.
Yeah, I concur. We're going through 90 degrees. Where were we? RMA. Anyone know what that means? RMA is
Return manufacturer authorization.
yes, that. Basically, when you want to return something that's faulty and you're sending it directly to the manufacturer. So in this case, this is an Arctic cooler. If you call up Arctic and say my cooler doesn't work, I want a warranty replacement, they give you a number, and that number is essentially your permission to return it to them. It's saying yes, we have acknowledged that there is a fault. Well, we have acknowledged that you have a problem. Send it to us, and we will sort it out. It's and so you put that number on it, and when it shows up, they know whose cooler it is, and blah blah blah. That was an awful explanation.
And blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's a tracking number for a return. There we go.
Absolutely. I don't like that this is round. It feels like it's going to fall off the table.
Oh, it keeps rolling away. Yeah. Yeah. The YZH has the same problem. It keeps trying to roll away. And also, this is quite heavy as well, which is yeah.
It feels like it would break it.
It's stainless steel, this boy. It's 305 stainless, so it's built like a very well built thing.
It's built like a brick outhouse.
Sure.
I knew what you were going for and what you were struggling for.
I'm going to assist with this.
Okay. This is about as good as the new Arctic mounting system.
Oh yeah, of course, because yeah. You know, considering how long Arctic have actually been making coolers from, it is surprising. Are you using the inner holes? Yeah.
It is surprising they haven't just ripped off Noctua.
Yeah, or at least come up with a mounting system that isn't awful.
Like EK's. EK's has a lot of parts, but is it ever easy?
Yeah, that's true. Are these screws long enough?
No. That's where you're.
I've got the wrong screw. Okay. You know what? Carry on. I'm going to go back and I'm going to carry on reading the chat. You're building this.
Are you going to go put the cap on?
Is that a hint?
I have no idea.
I kind of want I want something. Yeah. Let's see. Let me head back to the chat. I'm going to go back to the chat now. Let's see. Joshua says, my dad has a problem with his PC. It's also 4th gen Intel. It's a 4460. If you're right, it doesn't want to turn on sometimes and occasionally cooperates. Running on an Asus H81.
That was literally the fault that this motherboard had for the longest time.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the real common one I mean, the recording PC that's under the bench is a 4770K. And that just, one of the reasons why I leave this computer on all the time is just some mornings you press the power button and it lights up, it just doesn't post. And you have to hit the reset button a couple of times and then it will post. And I just leave it turned on all the time as a result.
The solution I found was changing power supply.
Changing power supply, yeah?
Even though the power supply works absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Different power supply and it stopped doing that.
Now you mention it, I don't think I've seen the problem occur, or I haven't looked for it since I put a different power supply in this thing. Because for the longest time, it had a Corsair TX in it, which was the loudest power supply I've ever used, with the exception of your 2 kilowatt stupid thing. However, now I've got a Be Quiet in there, and I don't think I've actually seen the problem since having that. So
one thing I don't like about this mounting system is you can't get the processor out.
Oh, without removing all the bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit faff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Make these out to here,
Yeah.
and then it's not a problem.
Yeah. But then on the other hand, they're... Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting case.
Just make it so it's a straight line between there and there.
Yeah.
So that then moves to there, that then moves to there.
Yeah, and it would clear the flat, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It just seems unnecessarily...
Yeah. It's something. Yeah. All right. Shall I get some thermal paste? Because I don't think this guy's going to do us any favours.
I refuse to use the period-appropriate thermal paste.
Well...
I require modern thermal paste. You can squirt it on there to demonstrate how useless it is.
No, there's literally none in there anyway. I was going to see if there was any in there and if it had separated. I'll tell you what, if you want period appropriate, I've got some Akasa 455 here. This is probably about 10 years old.
That's genuinely one of the tubes of thermal paste I have in the
Oh,
office.
that's gone. That's gone. Yeah, okay. Hang on a sec. Let's have some expired thermal paste gore. Because that seems like something that's fun. Now, soft focus, and I'm going to grab some kitchen roll, otherwise I'm going to make a colossal mess. All right, let's see exactly what's happened to this thermal paste. Here we go. Oh, that's too focus. Let's back out a little bit.
Too close.
This is very difficult to do live. Where am I going? About there. Okay, here we go. And so if we zoom in
less
close,
terrible than I was expecting.
yeah, I was going to say I just saw some liquid on the surface, but if we go in super close, if you look there, you can see where it's gone all watery and horrible. This is not a bird poop; it's thermal paste. However, you can see how the liquid is separating from the paste. That's what expired thermal paste looks like. And that ain't going to cool your CPU properly. That's no bueno. So this whole tube is goose, and I'm going to chuck it in the bin. That is useless. Out of context screenshot. Yeah. Oh no.
Can I have some alcohol?
Some alcohol. You can. As a special treat, I filled up the bottle.
Excellent. Can I also have some paper?
Removing
of the thermal paste.
Oh, right, yes. We've taken the old stuff off. That's very generous. I'm just going to put the new one on.
Oh my god. I thought you were a professional.
You're implying that I care about this build. This is the thing. Jank is kind of what I wanted to go for with this build. Part of me wanted to do loads of stupid stuff that people would find horrifying, just so we could build it up and then be like, look, it's fine.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, you could lap the IHS using a Dremel.
Oh no. Well, no, I tried lapping this with a Dremel, and look how that came out.
I'm sad that you can't buy high enough grade grit from any of the hardware stores.
Yeah.
I was just like, when I found that out, I was just like, oh no, we have to turn the camera off whilst I apply the thermal paste to comply with the conventions.
So what are you going for? Done. That's it. Put it in the case. Yeah. All right. What have you opted for? Lovely. Look at that. It's a splat.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, Alice, let's do a close-up and let's just, so everyone can get angry about this. There we go. That's our thermal paste spread pattern, everyone. That's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. Right. Do-do-do.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Is that the back? Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Have you got a larger one of them?
Yeah.
Please?
Hang on a sec. Where's my...
Because I don't want to try and use that and scratch my fingers up.
There's certain times where you actually want an appropriate screwdriver. How's that, boy?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
I just realised I put all the screws away.
Oh, good job. Oh yeah, we never actually answered. Yeah, so the chap who had the Intel rig that wasn't starting in, yeah, possibly a different power supply. I'd also try flashing the BIOS and replacing the CMOS battery as well, just to see if that does anything for you. So yeah.
So occasionally it's a case of you're not particularly looking at these to fix the thing, just change the parameters, and
Yeah, that's
thus
just it.
avoids the issue more than fixing
It's
it.
just trying to change some variables just to kind of just change the behavior of the computer so it doesn't get stuck on whatever it's getting stuck on. So yeah. Did he forget the cooling tubes for the second week in a row? No, we weren't planning on doing Caradog's rig this week anyway, but it will be back, and we'll end up doing that another time.
I don't like this mount. It feels like there is zero pressure.
I think when you put the other screw in, that's when it will that's when it'll feel like it's pressing down. Although it's still effectively just a 2-point mount, which isn't really ideal. Drivers, who knows? We'll find out. Need to replace the thermal piece when it's been on at least 1 to 2 years as it dries up. Sometimes. Everyone says that. However, the amount, like, there are sometimes you take thermal paste. I replace thermal paste when I have a reason to believe that it's probably baked. But you'd be amazed how often people will be like, "Oh, you should check the thermal paste," and I remove the heatsink and it's fine. So yeah, I use my discretion really. That's the thing. Like, you know, if the thermal paste is gone because your temperatures suck, you know.
Oh, I didn't expect it to come out.
It's a weird cowl thing. We could stick a modern fan in that if we wanted. What the hell? How odd. Oh, it's kind of sweaty in there.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's a lubricant of some kind.
Oh, I see.
It's just been all over it.
How odd.
Yes.
Oh, well.
That on the top.
What RAM are we using? It's Kingston HyperX in there. Savage Kingston HyperX.
Savage.
Yeah. I think there's 16 gigs there. 14 of which won't be available. Oh no, we can get 4 gigs on, 3.5 gigs on 32-bit. So yeah, we're going for 32-bit Windows because trying to find 64-bit Windows XP drivers is horrifying. They're out there, but I'm just going to install 32-bit because we're far more likely to get a victory.
I don't... Oh, dear.
You're not to replace the cam with an NHD14 has been running for 7 years and still fantastic. Yeah, that's the thing. I've said this before, probably on this show, but there's lots of people that go, oh, the paste goes off after 3 years, but it depends on what metric you're measuring by. It's entirely possible that 4-year-old thermal paste is reading 2 degrees higher than brand new thermal paste. So to that extent, you could be like, the thermal paste has gone off and fresh stuff will improve your temperatures. But on the other hand, who cares about 2 degrees? You know? So it depends on your use case, really, and what your definition of performance is. So yeah, that's the thing there.
Huh. There's a memo OK button on this.
Mem okay. Oh yeah.
Time to engage ridiculous memory overclocking.
Maybe. Part of me, this would actually be a really good overclocking platform we're building here.
Other than the VS550.
Yes, other than the VS550. Does this even have an 8-pin on it?
What, for GPUs? Yeah.
The CPU.
Oh.
Yes, it does. Yes, we do have an 8-pin CPU connector. Good. Because I was like, actually, we might have a problem. Right. This is the nice thing about air coolers, is it's a handle, isn't it? I'm sure that'll make someone very angry. Cool. There we go. All right. I'm going to get some screws. All right, how are we doing time-wise? Oh, we're only 1 hour and 20 minutes in. That's not horrendous. This is going to start coming together quickly in a minute. Right, are these metric or are they imperial standoffs? Those are Imperial, and I'm never going to get that screw out again. Oh, we're okay. Right. Ugh.
So what I need to do is use every single screw as a different code.
Oh, no.
There's the red one.
So we're getting screws out of my mixed selection now, and part of me... I can't...
There's a bluey silver one.
This could look nice. We could put matching screws in it, and they could all be the same.
Okay.
But I'm going to go back to the chat. I'm not part of this scene. All right. Is the IO shield in place? I've lost it. It's somewhere in this room, but I don't know where, and I'm really annoyed about it because we've got the IO shield. I've just put it down and lost it, and I don't know where. So we're going no IO shield. So sad face.
I'm also going to put more screws into this motherboard than I have in any other one.
Tad late, did you miss much? Not a huge amount. We're kind of just slowly putting this thing together. It'll all slow down when you get to the software. Maybe. I mean, what we've only got to get XP on there, install the drivers, and we're basically done. Although we are in don't.
What?
It's a hard drive screw for rubber mounting. Let's see. Unfortunate. Special edition Mobo and no IO shield. Yeah, as I say, it's somewhere. I might just do one more pass of the room just to see. Why not VirtualBox emulation? VMs are a pain. I just want an actual computer that just runs XP just so I can install games on it like a normal person and it just runs them. And I don't have to mess around with virtual graphics adapters and stuff like that. Basically that. XP from a floppy disk. I've got it on a CD. Modern technology. We're fine.
Yes.
We've got several XP CDs. Show them your XP CDs. I'm going to look for this heckin' IO shield again.
There you go. Don't worry, this will be the only XP machine running today that's actually officially licensed.
Yeah.
I'm trying for matching screws. More effort than I've ever put in before.
I'm really annoyed because I'm going to find that IO shield as soon as we finish this. It's in the room somewhere. I don't know how I lost it because I was keeping it with the motherboard. Oh, I know where it might be. Oh, don't be with it. No.
I'd even taped it. Why is that screw unhappy?
No idea. Cross-threaded?
Also, that I've just realised there's a wire for the
Rear fan?
for the
For the
heatsink for the heatsink fan that basically goes in through the 8-pin. And it's like,
Ugh.
who came up with this?
Oh yeah.
Really, Azu?
Oh, that's hideous.
You know what you could have done is not covered your heatsinks in plastic, then you wouldn't need a fan.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone loves this motherboard, but it's not a good motherboard. That's the thing. The holographic CD, yeah, glorious. And walks in with his XP copy from Pirate Bay. I'll have you know that I Google searched download Windows XP and downloaded the first ISO that I found. I did that earlier on today on my lunch break.
It's fine, don't worry. I am also prepared. Because not only do I have the install for XP Home, I have the Service Pack 2.
Nice.
So you can be...
But wait, there's more.
Yes, there's also an Epson thing for a Perfection 2480. Or if you needed Office XP Small Business.
They knew how to make CDs look good in the day. We'd give them that. Postal Dude, thank you for the £2. Make sure to set the SATA ports to Legacy for XP. Oh no, you're right. Yeah.
What is AHC?
Yeah. Unless... Well, no, this thing doesn't have a floppy controller, so we literally can't load... Oh, God, I'd forgotten about those days. Remember loading SATA drivers from a floppy disk?
No, I don't. Luckily.
Oh boy. Oh, you've ruined my day, Postal. I'd completely forgotten that that was a thing. Yeah, we've got to run in. We've got to run in emulation mode because XP doesn't have AHCI drivers. That's disgusting. Like, we could probably find an AHCI driver, but we'd have to load it off of a floppy disk, and this motherboard doesn't have a floppy controller on it.
Does it have to be off of a floppy?
Yes, has to be from a floppy.
Can it not be from another partition on the hard drive?
The hard drive's connected via SATA that it doesn't have a driver for.
Yeah. Sorry, another hard drive because it's got 2 controllers.
Oh, I suppose you could run one controller in Legacy.
Yeah, because it's got 2 controllers.
If it can do them
Yeah.
in different modes in the BIOS.
I think you can do it per port.
Per port.
Because
Damn,
I know
that's
that
impressive.
some of my Z97 boards you selected by port.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll try that. Yeah. What I'll do, because I was probably gonna run this. I was probably gonna run this SSD here. That's totes one of your SSDs.
Yes, that is my SSD.
Yeah. I was probably gonna run this SSD in it. You know, because obviously it's Windows XP, so we need blistering drive performance.
I mean, it would be nice.
Yeah. And yeah, if I grab another scrap hard drive just to put the AHCI driver on, we might actually achieve AHCI speeds on this Samsung 840, which is a glorious mess. This is exactly how I wanted this build to go. So yeah, that could be cool. USB floppy drive won't do it. It has to be from a native floppy drive. So yeah.
Also, the XP installer probably doesn't have a USB driver.
Yeah. Oh, as Arnold G pointed out as well, you could also slipstream your AHCI driver onto your Windows disk. I tried to do that once upon a time. It never worked for me. But certainly that is a valid strategy. I'm sure some people got it right. So yeah.
I'm just not...
Nlight. Oh, good. Yeah, I remember
Nlight.
Yeah.
I try not to.
Yeah. Can you set BIOS to ID from AHCI before you install the OS? Yeah, well, that's what you would do. But if you run in IDE mode, you massacre the performance of your SATA ports.
You are audio. I presume the audio's over there.
Let me see. Aren't we forgetting about trim? Yeah, I don't know. Is XP going to shred this SSD because it doesn't trim? No, we'll lose some performance, but it's not going to damage it, is it? But yeah.
It's also an 840 Pro.
Yeah. Is it a Pro?
Who cares?
Don't know. Yeah, it's also 250. Yeah, it's also a 250 gig SATA SSD. So who cares?
It's worth
Yeah,
like £70.
£70. God.
As in the replacement for a brand new.
Oh, for a
drive.
brand new one. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A brand new drive of equal performance and capacity is like £70.
That's also horrifying. It will constantly defrag the SSD. XP won't. XP didn't have an auto defrag.
Also, you can just disable auto defrag.
Yeah. Didn't it? XP didn't have an automatic defrag, did it?
I've no idea. But even if it did,
Yeah.
just
Fairly certain it didn't. Yeah. So yeah. Old version of Magician should trim it. Do you reckon they would have support all the way back as far as XP though? They might do, I guess. Yeah. Download an ISO with AHCI drive and burn it to USB. I didn't want to do that because I asked in the Discord earlier on.
What is this abomination?
That was my manual splitters for connecting lots of things up to a couple of ports. So yeah, don't ignore the man behind the curtain. So ignore my manual splitters. It's fine.
Hold on. Aha, I can go through here. What is this?
That's
This.
that's a coupler that's soldered at 90 degrees, so I can put 2 plugs into it. So yeah, I needed to connect more fans, and I didn't have any splitters, so I improvised. This is how you get stuff done. Sometimes you got to do what it takes. Where were we?
For that crime, you can plug in the front panel.
Sure. Okay. I was Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, the front panel's there. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh.
Postal was saying about USB. I asked in the Discord earlier on, does anyone know if you can install XP from USB? Because back in the XP days, I was still installing from CDs and DVDs. And the answer to that is theoretically it can be done. However, everyone was like sort of, oh, you have to do it a certain way and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not going to do any of that because I need this to work first time. So we opted for, I opted for a CD. Right. Let's see. What the heck is the layout on this thing? Hard drive LED in the bottom left.
Question. Well, the thing I want to know is
power switch. What the heck is this layout?
It's Asus.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's disgusting. Asus are the reason why we don't have just a nice, easy block for the front panel.
The thing I want to know is, for cases that come with RGB, why isn't the hard drive activity able to be tied into the RGB? So I can just have the RGB flash with the hard drive activity.
Because that would be horrifying. However, I've done similar things before. One of the coolest mods I ever did is on it. There's a 30-second video of it on my personal YouTube, and the video is about 11 years old. And I did a window mod on a DVD drive, so you could see the disc spinning in the drive. Because I was running a small form factor computer, so bookcase style computer that was vertical with a vertical mount DVD drive with a window in it. So you put the disc in, the disc goes in, you see it, and you see the disc spinning inside. Fucking awesome. And I put LEDs in there, and the LEDs were wired to the drive activity light on a NPN transistor. So the LEDs were on, and then when the drive activity light switched on, the LEDs switched off. So it was an inverse activity flash on the drive illumination, and it was spectacular. It was one of the coolest mods I've ever done. It was never really super reliable. It was a bit jank, but for a showpiece, it was heckin' awesome. So yeah, I'm always proud of that one. That's on. Just about, anyway. It doesn't fall on. We're going in on the back on this one. Hang on a sec. I'm going to pull out to a wider angle while we mess around with this, I think. Hang on a sec. We'll be upright momentarily.
It's Australian.
Actually, should we just face... Yeah, we'll just face cam this for a sec. We don't need the close-up while we're building this. Right, hang on a sec. Let me get this out. Whoop. Teltac remembers that video. Yeah. Did we find the I.O.? We did not. Sorry. Sadness. Right. That's got to go on the back of the power supply.
Yes.
Yep.
Is this ambidextrous?
No. Which way up are we putting the power supply?
Well, it has to go fan side down.
I was going to say we're going fan side down on this because we don't have a vented bottom panel. Yeah, that goes like that, and then it'll go in the correct way. Yeah.
Yes. Fine. Have you got power supply screws?
Power supply screws are standard Imperial ones.
I will use different coloured ones now.
Hope you realise Deus Ex 1 has a minimum RAM requirement of 64 megabytes. Well, now we're definitely wasting our time. You could fit that in like the level 2 cache of a modern CPU, I think.
3.
Yeah, I suppose you'd have to go up to 3, yeah.
Level 3 cache.
Yeah, I suppose. Level 2 cache only goes up to like 128? No. 640k or something like that for level 2. I don't know. You installed XP from USB recently using SanDisk. Can't remember how you did it though. Yeah, I wanted something reliable and a DVD is. Oh, actually, you know what?
What?
We might have problems with the DVD. We're definitely gonna need the DVD drive in legacy mode. So yeah, we'll figure this out. By the way, when you mount up that power supply, we're gonna need a SATA chain popping out either here or here, so I can just jury rig a DVD drive for install. Graham, would you and Caradog like a hot dog with your ketchup and mustard? Look, does this look like that's important on this build?
However, if you're planning on sending food, sure, send food.
Those pins will be bent. What, for the front panel? Yeah, they're fine. It doesn't really matter if they're bent. We're just using noodly boys anyway. What is the motherboard? The motherboard is an Asus Sabertooth Z97. Let's see. Can you play Mobile Legends? Maybe. 8600 GTS was fire at the time. Yeah. Are we going for a classic installation from CD? That's the plan. Does the motherboard support network booting? Probably, but that's something that I've never actually attempted or looked into.
We are not PXE booting.
Yeah.
PCIe.
Two screws in the back will do. It's not going to fall out. Back in my day, we had two screws holding our power supplies in, and we were grateful for it.
I dislike this case.
Yeah.
These shroud things are stupid.
Oh yeah, I mean you'll find that about all modern cases. In that case,
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Also, why are these a thing? Go away.
Oh,
Got
combo
big
connectors.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That USB 3 header will probably have a bent pin after it was plugged into. Seems to go in at an angle. Did we haven't plugged in USB 3.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, there. Oh, I see. Yeah. We wouldn't have got it in if it had a bent pin. Yeah, it'll be all right. I'll be impressed if. Well, actually, I don't know if we'll get USB 3 functionality because XP.
Who knows?
Yeah. I'll be impressed if the USB 3 ports work on this, to be honest.
It was there, so I plugged it in.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, I'll probably.
I'll let you sort that.
Oh yeah. Once I've.
No, I meant from the other side.
Oh, I see. Once I've had my Deus Ex 1 fix and I've moved on to Invisible War, because yeah, I'm doing the whole series. I'll probably repurpose this thing anyway. Eventually, I want this thing to be my new backup rig. Oh, these things are all bent at a weird angle. I'm gonna feed that back out and fix this.
You're bent in a weird angle.
How very dare.
Have you got a cable tie?
Cable tie. Yes. Bam. Ugh.
Have you got another one?
I hate everything.
Thanks.
There's a couple, just in case you suddenly ask that again.
I'm not doing that. I'm doing it.
Right. Cheat mode activate. If you've got a top vent, remove the dust cover, and then you can peer in through the top vent and see what you're doing. Right. We're going into try-hard mode for a sec while we fit cables. Oh my word, get in there.
Like this, like everything about this. Who thought these stupid cover things were a good idea?
They look really good. That's the thing about power supply shrouds. I'm going cross-eyed staring through this mesh. Yeah, power supply shrouds, they look fantastic because you can just bury all of the cables in them. There we go. It's in.
Oh, I just realised we need 3 SATA.
3 SATA.
Yeah.
Well, we need... oh, yeah. One for the internal drive. Yeah. Can we stick that on a tray as well, actually? I'll let you deal with that because you're closer.
I don't like any of this.
See that we're sacrificing an SSD for the XP. It'll be fine. It's a Samsung Pro. It can take it. You also reject any case without a PSU shroud. Yeah, that's just it. I like them as well. However, they do make the building stage a little bit awkward, but you get a better result.
Designed by sadists.
Will you play PS2 spin-off? A Deus Ex PS2 spin-off?
I need Matrix, don't I?
What? You do. Beans. Use easy to boot. No, we're going from a CD. I can't be asked to mess around with USB and go, I don't know what's not working. So yeah. On a serious note, as it's your own business, do you stress about general business-related things, or am I pretty laid back? Bit of both. Bit of both. I am. I'm very desensitized to stress, but however, anyone who runs a business has an amount of stress. So yeah, that will always be a bit of a thing. What would be the best budget gaming platform for today's titles? Would you spec cut it?
No. Only because it's a 6950.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't use this for modern day gaming.
I don't know if a 6950 has Windows 10 drivers.
It probably does in the legacy stack.
So no.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that legacy stack is probably just Windows 7 drivers. Yeah.
That's the only thing I'd want to move slightly more modern is the graphics.
The graphics card, yeah.
Everything.
The CPU is still not too shabby. Yeah.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, you could absolutely game a modern system on this. Yeah. I mean, you could stick a 1070 in this, and it'd be great. So yeah, that's not too bad, I suppose. For modern computers, if you were building from scratch, I would on a budget. Well, yeah, no, you just go Ryzen.
A520 motherboard with a 3600.
I was tempted to say like 11400 Intel 11400,
or
but
an Intel 11400 on a B560 board.
Yeah,
those are the two options, really.
Yeah, that's the thing though. If you go AMD and you go AM4, you've just got all of that headroom to put a big ass CPU in it later on.
But why do you need to?
Well, just later on, you might suddenly go, I've got more money now. I can afford to put a bigger CPU in this system.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess, but it's just kind of a case of it's not overly worth it.
Yeah. Go all out, drop a 3090 in it. Well, I think we've only got the 3070 box. Reminder, you need to take that 3070 box away with you.
Yes, indeed.
No, I don't have it. I thought I might have a 3090 box lying around, but...
Have you got flat SATA?
Flat SATA. Let me find some flat SATA. SATA or SATA? That's a question for the ages, isn't it?
Again, we'll need 3 of them.
Yeah. I've got bags of SATA cables and I can't see any of them in a moment of need. I have packets of them. Where are my packets of SATA cables? Can we get a 90-degree one onto the motherboard? Just so
yeah, that's fine. But
okay, let's start with that, just so you can get one of them plugged in.
We'll still need 3 of them.
Yeah. We'll steal these ones. I'm basically not using this this rig at the moment. That'll do. Right. Whoop. More SATA cables. Tell me where to get one from. Yeah, that's a good question. Although I'm going to say you've got a 3090, haven't you? If you join the Adamant IT Discord, we have RTX 30 series graphics cards on sale, courtesy of this chat. They're available for postage to the UK or collection for reasonable prices as well. I might add as well.
I'm going to have to side cutter them off because I did them too tight.
Oh, good job.
Because I forgot we needed 3. Okay.
Better side cutters. SATA if you're normal, SATA if you live and die by the PG Tips Gold. Depends if you're in Bath or Bath.
It depends, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are we talking about, a bathroom installation, or are we talking about the city?
Wait, a bathroom installation or the city of Bath? I'm moving on from this conversation. Inventor Gaming.
This conversation.
I haven't. Inventor Gaming says, I've got a Cooler Master 650-80 bronze and a GTX 660. Don't know anything about PCs. You're a bit worried if it won't handle it. Nah, 660, you'll be fine. Some of the Cooler Master power supplies are a bit... however, at face value, 650 watts and a 1660, you'll be fine.
Assuming it's actually giving you anything close to that.
Yeah, it'll be fine. As long as the power supply isn't literally faulty. So, yeah. However, for face value, I would not be concerned. As long as, you know, yeah. Like I said, the Cooler Master power supplies are not the best. They have mixed reviews depending on the models. But that's a reliability factor, not a spec factor. You know, I would not be worried about that at all, personally. I didn't even know that PG Tips Gold was a thing. But apparently it is.
Yeah,
please post for Australia. Yeah, can't help you with that one, I'm afraid. You'd be happy with a 1050 in your ancient rig. The 1050 was not a bad little graphics card. I was running a 1050 for a short amount of time. MSRP prices, or, well, reasonable prices. I don't think they're bang on MSRP, but they're
not even close.
Yeah.
They're just substantially less than everyone else's selling.
Yeah. They're just not scalper prices at the very least. Hey, Adamant. We're removing the laptop onboard GPU chip, convert it to UMA. Ooh. Don't know. I wouldn't rely on it. I'm assuming UMA means like onboard graphics or something like that.
But why would removing the graphics?
Presumably he's got a laptop that's got a Goose GPU.
And
he wants to just run integrated
I
graphics.
was very much failing to understand the process there.
Maybe I wouldn't have thought so, because the problem is that the laptop is expecting that GPU to be there, and the BIOS is expecting that GPU to be there. And even if you remove the GPU chip, all of the controller circuitry for that graphics card is still there. Imagine if you took a PCI graphics card, took the GPU off of it, and then plugged the rest of the board into the computer. How confused would the computer be to have a graphics card plugged into it that doesn't have a physical chip on it? That's what you got to remember, is that there's more than just the GPU. So yeah, I don't think that'd work. Although I've never actually tried it.
This power supply legitimately doesn't have enough SATA.
Really? It doesn't have 3 SATA connectors?
Yeah, but then also there's RGB.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got to sacrifice the RGB. Man. Now how will anyone know that it's a gaming PC? That's fine. We'll leave the RGB disconnected. Well, we can plug that in once we've finished messing around with the DVD drive and stuff like that. That comes later.
This power supply is terrible for an actual normal PC build.
Did you see the EA Sports hack? I have not looked into it. I saw the headline for it, and I was just like, ha 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 ha. I can think of no one more deserving than EA. So that's hilarious, and I love everything about it.
The thing for it, for me, is the fact that none of it was customer data. It was all source code for games.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So I do not care.
It sounds like a very ethical hacker, and because none of it was customer data, it sounds like just a matter of, are you making coffee?
Yes.
Okay. It sounds very much like a case of we are completely free to laugh at them and gloat at their misfortune. I hope they have to pay a lot of money to deal with this. Will a 30 series GPU work with a B450 motherboard? Absolutely. I wouldn't be worried about a B450 motherboard with a 30 series graphics card. That should be absolutely fine. The motherboard, the chipset on your motherboard, the only thing you've got to be worried about that is just whether it supports the CPU you're running. Because if you have a cheap B450 motherboard, then it might have a bad VRM setup for CPU support. But the graphics card is basically graphics card and motherboard have almost no relation to each other. The motherboard and the CPU, you kind of want to pair them up well, but motherboard and graphics card, I wouldn't be worried at all. So yeah, I would have no concerns about that. Let's see. After reprogramming the BIOS on a Lenovo S400, has display, and it flickers, black screen. Yeah. Not sure on that one, I'm afraid. Alphon Tech. Alfie Tech. Yeah, pass. Let's see. You got 2 Xeons with you got a dual CPU 12-core Xeon setup at 6.4 gigahertz. You're not adding up your gigahertz, are you? Because that's not how that works. I think you're right, actually. Yeah. Oh, that's yours. Yeah. You held that up, and I was like, where the hell did that come from? Is that a customer laptop? Because I don't recognize it. and I'm now worried about how long it might have been sitting there for.
Don't worry, it's one that's been there since they booked it in at the last shop.
Oh no. Prime Redux will take a black copy, please. We'll pour it into the microphone or something. What are your thoughts on all the ransomware attacks here in Ireland? I'm amazed that ransomware has made such a comeback. I'm more frustrated that I'm more annoyed that ransomware has made this comeback, because to me, my response to that is just like, people still don't back up. Like, it's so easy to defend from ransomware. You back up. And then when you get ransomware, you go, oh no, format your hard drive and restore your backup. Like, if someone's stolen your source code, okay, sure, and you're holding that to ransom, fine. But then on the other hand, once someone has stolen your source code, that's gone. Even if you pay that ransom, they're going to release it anyway. So yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, people getting ransomware and getting all their personal data encrypted. If you're not you know what? If you're not backing up at this point, you deserve to lose your data. There it is. I said it.
Given that OneDrive is built into Windows 10,
there is no excuse. There's no excuse anymore.
Norton has it built in. McAfee has it built in.
Yeah.
You can buy an 8 terabyte external hard drive for 120 quid.
Yeah, like I see customers every week lose personal data from failed hard drives and stuff like that, and I've run out of sympathy for them. You know, I call the customer up and I say, your hard drive has failed. It's taken all the data with it. We were unable to recover any of the data. You can either send it to a data recovery specialist and pay several £100 to maybe get your data back, or you can write it off. Those are your choices. And when they go, oh, that's terrible, I'm like, yep, I'm very sorry this has happened to you. That's it. I'm not going to pretend to feel sorry for them, because we've been telling people for decades that you have to back up. It's not optional. You have to back up. And still people are not doing it. It's just, oh. There's nothing more that we can do that we are not already doing to protect people from that. Rant over. Let's see.
There we go. That's better.
Remember, someone had a dual Pentium 2s totaling 1.103 gigahertz. I didn't know you could do dual Pentium 2s. Didn't know that was a thing.
I know absolutely nothing about server hardware from about, I don't know, Pentium 4 and earlier.
Yeah.
I know nothing about what was actually even feasible.
Yeah. I know Pentium 3 had dual socket boards, dual copper mines. Because that was rad. Copper mine was awesome, I think. Maybe I'm just remembering it fondly, because a Pentium 3 800 megahertz, that was the first CPU that I personally bought that wasn't like the family computer or something, you know? You had a lady contact you to help with ransom. Got it back thanks to Microsoft Azure. Rad. You can get £10 Google G Suite unlimited storage. Yeah, exactly that. A lot of fake drives out there. Yeah. Buy from a reputable seller. What's better, i5 9600K or Threadripper 1900X or 10400F? Yeah, the Threadripper I would say no to, because first gen Threadripper is a very weird animal.
It's just not good.
Yeah. It's going to be fast in very certain applications, but yeah. I wouldn't want a first gen Threadripper as a gaming computer. 9600K versus 10400F. I'd take the 9600K because you can overclock it. It'd be really easy to get 9600K. You get you take that up to nearly 5 gigahertz. I mean, you could get 5 gigahertz easy out of it.
I guess the extension on the question would be, what motherboard do you have with it?
Yeah.
Because if you've only got like a H320, H330, I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
For the 9600K.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. On the other hand, though, I mean, the 10400, that's only one generation up from the 9600K.
That's still like 10%.
Yeah, the 9600K, even at stock speed, is going to have legs on it, though, with the clock speed, isn't it?
I don't know.
Actually,
it would be
it
very
might
much
be.
a case
Yeah.
of actually definitely
Yeah.
benchmarks required.
Yeah. If you got a decent motherboard, I would take the 9600K and I'd overclock the balls off of it.
Yeah,
Like, as I say,
absolutely.
a casual overclock with a peasant tier overclock, you'll get 5.6. Sorry, a casual overclock, you'll get 4.7 all core, and with a bit
Isn't
of
that basically what you did?
yeah. I was running an 8600K at 4.8 all core, and that was just a casual overclock. The CPU could have done 5 gigahertz, but I needed to put like 1.4 volts into it to get to 5 gigahertz, and I'm like, it could do it. I could run my benchmarks and get my gloat numbers, but I wouldn't run 1.4 volts on a daily. I had the cooling for it, but it's just uncomfortable, you know? So, yeah. Let's see. Hi, Gareth. It's Graham, by the way, but hello anyway. That's better than some of the names I've been called. Let's see. When you repair a PC that's been infected with malware, how do you make sure it doesn't spread onto your own network? I don't connect a computer to the internet in my shop until I've done. Thank you very much. Until I've done an initial look at it, and if I'm working on a computer and it's got loads of viruses and stuff like that, I will do offline virus scans on it. So I'll stick Malwarebytes anti-malware and Hitman Pro onto a flash drive, plug that in, and do those scans to take care of the worst of it.
Yeah.
And then once I've knocked the worst of it off, then I'll connect it to the internet and updates and do the rest of it. And at that point, it's like malware that jumps from computer to computer on a local network, in my experience, is really, really rare.
Yeah.
So it's not something that I really worry about. As I say, I do my initial scans offline just because I can.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of malware tends to be less active when the computer isn't connected to the internet, because a lot of malware wants to send information or download more stuff. And if there's no internet connection, then it will just do nothing. So sitting offline will often just keep the dog asleep. And then you can do your cleanups or just take care of the worst of it, then go online and do the rest of it. That's my general strategy for that.
Yeah, and the important thing to have with that will be to have a USB pen drive or something. So obviously you can copy files onto it easily.
And if you want to, you can start messing around with having a read-only memory stick and stuff like that. But
obviously, the thing you could do, which is a simpler option to that, is copy all the files onto it, then just format it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, there's lots of other things you can get as well. Gerald from Adamant IT. Geralt, yeah, I wish. Instead, move out the way, Gerald of Riviera. It's time for Gerald of Dorset. You know, that's the Chinese knockoff version, being released tomorrow in Hong Kong.
Oh no!
Oh boy! Oh, let's move on very rapidly.
Yes.
Right, Noldy, where's mine? Sugar's Milky Nescafe. Absolutely not, Noldowd. You're banned forever. Let's see. Rumor of Windows 11. We discussed this earlier on.
I think the very short take of that is more to be found out soon.
Yeah, more to be found out soon. We don't know what it's going to look like or what it is.
There's a
yep, 24th of June.
There's a conference on the
keynote.
24th of June.
Yeah, the keynote.
So we'll know more then. But yes, it's interesting. Who knows?
Yep.
We'll see. I haven't plugged any of this spaghetti in.
That's fine. Just stuff that in the bottom for now.
However, I have plugged in the fan.
Yeah. I'll hook up the RGB later on because we don't have power for the RGB at the moment. Are we ready to try and turn this thing on?
I found one. Because there was a multi-chain. So
rad. Oh, okay, so we've got power to the RGB. Yeah. In that case, I will actually. Oh, that's power.
That is the power for the RGB.
Right. I'm gonna. What am I doing with the RGB? We don't actually need to do anything else with that for now. Those are just for plugging in extra fans and stuff like that. I'm just going to tape all of that off, and we'll get the ground effect light and the RGB strip, which is basically all there is in this anyway. All of those other connectors are for RGB fans. Ugh. So I'm just going to masking tape those connectors just so they don't short against anything for now. In a real build, I would cable tidy all this properly, but who cares?
This is quite the unhappy fan header.
Go. And we'll tuck that away. And what's an unhappy fan header?
This one. This is somewhat bent out of shape.
Ah. Is it resolvable?
With a little bit of force.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Is it time for graphics card?
Graphics? Yes.
Graphics. All right.
Take out the back.
Here's my rad rattle canned 6950.
Special edition white.
It's the Mark S. Oh, I remember reviewing this case. The hole at the back here isn't big enough to get a graphics card in easily.
Do you think they intentionally called it the Mark S to make it sound like Marquess?
Marquise.
But yes, exactly.
Probably like S for snow or something like that.
That sounds like a level in a Call of Duty game.
What, the Mark S?
No, the S for snow. Given that there's a level called SSDD.
Ah, magnets. How they work. There we go. Graphics. Right, let's get a heckin' camera on this because this is starting to look rad. Bam. And bam. Whoop. There we go. This is how this is looking so far. That's looking kind of cool. It's all white and stuff. Right. Let's see. That dab emote is amazing and awful in equal measure. Let's see. Talk about Microsoft 11 again. Yeah.
Do you have a monitor?
First stream you caught live. Great to see you both facing on the same camera. Rad. Thank you very much, Seeger. I'm going to say Seeger because I don't know how to pronounce the rest of it. However, that's Icelandic because it looks a lot like Sigur Rós, who is or Sigur Rós, I think it's pronounced, who is an absolutely astonishingly good Icelandic post-rock band.
Okay. Königsegg.
Are you just saying a random Icelandic word that you know, which is Königsegg?
Königsegg.
Königsegg. Okay. Welcome to the stream, dude. Lovely to have you here. Sorry, we're two idiots. Good day. Please, which is better, blowing air through your CPU radiator or sucking air through it? You're confused as to how to place your CPU radiator fans. So when you say CPU radiator, do you mean you've got an air cooler like this, or have you got a water cooler with an actual radiator that's mounted at the front or the top? Generally speaking, in my experience, the modern meta is to blow through the radiator because most modern fans are geared for static pressure and they will build the pressure to push through the radiator.
I do that, so they are pulling through here because it's easier to just peel the dust off here without having to pull the fans off to then get the dust off of that side, which is covered up by the fans.
I don't think there's a lot of difference in terms of performance.
No.
So to that extent, that method of pulling through to get an easier cleaning surface is valid.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, for me...
And then again, the same for the front.
Yeah.
The same on the front. As a case of, I don't have them like that, because that would be blowing into this. So I'd have to remove the fans to actually cool it.
Yeah, you put the fans on the back.
That, and then have this mounted so I can access the front straight through the case.
Yeah.
So, like...
I mean, really, I tend to go for whichever is more aesthetically pleasing because I don't think it actually makes any real difference IRL.
So it's a case of, if it were this case, I would actually have the radiator so I could just pull the stuff off of the front here.
Yeah.
And then have the fans behind it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also wouldn't use this case with a front-mounted rad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, technically, with this case, you're supposed to side mount your rad there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have gained a screwdriver. Hello.
Absolutely correct. But I can call you Ziggy. Well, welcome on in, Ziggy.
Oh.
Could you stop picking up magnets? Oh, that's the dust cover. Cool. I'm gonna plug in the graphics card because I'm hectic like that. What on earth is this thing
It
doing
feels
here?
like it's made out of paper. There is zero weight to this entire thing.
Yeah. Where are the side cutters? Oh, they're under the case. Yep. Also, that's going over there now.
That's the fan that was here.
Yeah.
Do you want it over there or do you want it with those ones?
Oh, it's fine. It's there now.
Okay.
Clear up later. Right.
What was that?
It was a zip tie. See? You could have just left it there and then not wounded yourself bending down to pick it up. I'm trying to line up the 8 pins on this and it's a heckin' 6 pin. Right. Uno. 2. Right. Tuck that there. That'll do. Watching this using a 4770K? 4770? Well, actually, a 4770, it'll be a K, won't it?
As far as I'm aware.
Probably. Either way. 10 gig RAM, playing Valorant. Nice.
Oh, I dislike Valorant.
I don't know anything about Valorant. I don't even know what kind of game it is.
Installs a kernel level thing
Yeah.
that breaks virtualization.
Ew.
So if you have Valorant installed, you cannot have any virtual machines run on the same machine.
Ew. That's gross.
So in other words, it's useless to me.
Yeah.
Also, where do you put all the screws? Oh, over there.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Oh, your lord. Right. Are we ready to turn this thing on? I think we are. I need to grab a Oh, we need another. Right, we need a SATA.
We need to check the SATA ports first.
Yeah.
We need a screen.
I'm kind of thinking screw AHCI and we just legacy it because like.
Yes, indeed. But
yeah,
either way, we need to.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to plug in that. That's going to be our DVD drive, our buffer drive, and I need a DVD drive.
Yes. Doofed.
Got one somewhere. I really don't want to pull one out of another computer. I could. Where have I seen a DVD drive? Got one, but now I need one. I've suddenly gone, I don't know where a DVD drive is.
I'm so pleased that you were prepared for this.
I'm pulling one.
I mean, there's one in the front of this case.
Actually, yeah, that's probably going to be the quickest to remove. I'll take one out of this build now because I've got it in my hands. Also, I know that this one's probably going to have 2 screws holding it in, so thank you. This was another build that was going to possibly be a data transfer rig. What have I got in there? Oh, more SATA cables. Awesome. This is the most deceiving computer ever. It's secretly an old grotty HP.
You say that like there's any other kind of HP.
Well, this is a case where it's actually completely appropriate to have a smoked glass side panel because then you can't see the interior. Okay. And yep, it's out. It's come. Bam.
It came.
I mean, I knew it would. All right. We need a tactical box.
What for?
Drive on top of.
For?
Because 90-degree connector. Yeah, okay, that's kind of working. Yeah, fine.
What for?
Oh, that'll do, yeah. Right, are we going to HDMI capture or should I grab a screen?
A screen would be preferable. At least from my perspective.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not have a day's worth of input lag.
What are you saying about my capture cards?
They are price conscious.
HDMI.
That does not have. Oh, actually, that might.
Yeah, it's got DVI. Oh no, actually, I'm trying to see what's. Oh, I can. No, the Philips isn't suitable. No, we're using this one. Oh god, this thing is filthy. This was the worst mistake. This has been sitting in the back room of the old shop for too long. What happened to this thing?
I don't know. It got left in your shop. That's what happened to it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm picking a different monitor. I'm going to grab a monitor that I know is going to work first time. This monitor is old and small, but it always works. Right. Let's just oh no, we'll do this because then we'll have a.
Intel is white or black keyboard.
The black one, but don't use that one because the K letter on it has failed. So use that one.
Oh
And
God.
I only discovered that this morning. I was working on another computer and the K key on it has failed. And I'm like, oh, that makes me sad. Right, we've got that. Got that. I just need another kettle lead for the monitor, and with that. Why do I ever think it's a good idea to do this kind of thing live? There's a 3080 Ti on Amazon for £10,000. I wonder if they actually have the card. Ugh. Right. Are we gonna? We're not gonna have any issues with HDMI on Windows XP, are we?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah. Sure. Right. There's that. That's plugged in. Right. Keyboard, mouse, monitor,
I
power.
haven't realised the minor problem of writing a CD key on the CD.
Oh, you can eject the CD at the point where you need to put in the number. This was an old trick that I used to use. Right, we go for that one. Yeah. Okay. Is that 32-bit?
That's the only edition of Home that existed.
Oh, fair enough.
It was Pro 64-bit
Yeah.
and Pro I
RGB. It's RGBing, everyone. Look at that. It's amazing.
Listen to those heatsink fans.
It's
that
posting.
didn't need to exist.
God, they're so loud. The rest of this
Oh,
computer.
look, there we go. There's Windows 10.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that Windows 10 was installed on this SSD. So, yeah.
It will, however, confirm that the computer works.
That's true.
You probably want to go the other way.
I was doing that on purpose just so we could see a bit of the computer behind it.
Oh, I meant you probably want to do that. Because there was a reflection of that light that just made the screen white box.
This is a jank setup, so who cares?
I hope this is your install of Windows 10 and not mine.
No, it's my install. There's basically nothing there. I use it for snapshotting drives.
That's fine.
So yeah. I do have your other Samsung one that had your toolkit and stuff like that on it. Your other Samsung SSD. That's in a pile over there because I've acquired it and I was just like, oh yes, there are utilities on this. However, because it's got your data on it, I was like, I can't really use this for anything because it's got your data on it. And I don't know if you still need that data. Can you dual boot XP and 10? Probably. I'm not going to bother trying though. We just need to try and crash this thing into... I love how you didn't want input lag and now you're looking at a mirrored preview on that monitor.
Yes.
So, right.
Because I was seeing how good you could see this on there.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then I was just going to go...
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hold on.
Yeah, you just want to restart and spam into things.
UEFI. There you go.
Fair enough, yeah. I'd have pressed the reset bit key and then started spamming delete, but that'll work as well.
Damage.
See, look at all these extra steps you have to go through now.
I've forgotten which one it is, even. Is that the startup one?
Yeah, startup
Yeah,
settings. Oh, no, that's not it.
No, it's not that one.
I'm actually going to hit the reset button in a sec.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fine. That didn't give me the option menu I was wanting.
Also, that was turn off, so... But the fans are still going.
Yes, because Asus have the thing where the fans will go for 10 minutes to get rid of heat.
Is this like a turbo timer?
Yeah.
Because those don't make sense on a car either. Also, fight me, turbo timers are stupid. Hmm.
The ultimate for
Can you side mount an AIO and fans in this case? Yes, you can.
some reason.
It looks cool.
What do we want to do? Oh, we want to go into
yeah, right. We need... Yeah.
F7. F7.
God, this thing actually has a fairly modern BIOS on it.
Yeah, don't forget we updated it.
Yeah, I remember we updated it. I just forgotten how modern the BIOS on this looks after an update. You could almost mistake this for being a modern motherboard.
Oh no, that's the fast boot. Is under tools for
Advanced?
Oh, there you go.
Onboard devices. And then SATA. USB 3. Oh, it's going to be in here somewhere.
Apparently not.
What's the best way to clean one of the new MacBook screens with anti-glare coating? I would use a microfiber cloth and ordinary window and glass cleaner. You won't take off the anti-glare coating with just ordinary window cleaner. It'll be fine. If you started using really vicious stuff like acetone, then yeah, you're probably going to damage it. But just ordinary, just window cleaning fluid, that'll be absolutely fine. I've used it for years on anti-glare screens and never caused damage. How does UEFI handle XP? We're about to find out.
You can change the name of your SATA ports.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah, so it's global IDE for SATA. Yeah, that's fine.
Save changes and reset.
Have you changed the boot order?
No.
F8 to victory.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, it should work. Yeah, there you
good.
go. DVD RAM.
RAM. The RAM. Oh.
Did it. Well, that worked.
Boot.
Yeah.
Boot. Disabled.
It gets one more try, and then we'll try switching to another CD. Asus BIOS hasn't changed much. It's the opposite, Night Fusion. This has just been heavily updated.
That's UEFI. No, I want just SATA. There you go. And that's just SATA. Save changes and reset.
Oh, CSM compatibility. That's
Yeah.
what we need. Yeah. Yeah. Good shout. I knew there was something we were missing, but my brain has turned to mush. So... Yeah, press any key to boot from CD. Yeah, it starts. Yeah, look at that. Oh,
Press F6 if you need to install a third-party SCSI.
Yeah, now we're having fun. Now we're cruising, everyone.
You need to plug in sound.
We're never going to get that music. It's not going to have sound drivers on boot. It's not going to have sound drivers on boot. I know exactly what you're gunning at, and that would be heckin' awesome, but it's not going to work.
Oh boy, it's got a plug-and-play driver.
It's got E1394. Sorry, 1394.
Yes. Oh look, see, it's got an Intel via via IDE.
Back when they were irrelevant. Oh, hang on a sec. I've got to kick some people out. Hello, sorry, we're closed at the moment. I just forgot to drop the latch.
Sorry. Do you have any chance self-charging cables for phones to the banks? No, probably not.
Yeah. Oh, right. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Thanks.
I mean, it is still going from a CD, so it will take a while. It is indeed reading, though.
That was my bad. I kept looking over at the door going, I've forgotten to drop the latch on the door. Let's see.
I was gonna open the door.
Paul 1961. Hi guys, just came in. Why is he trying to install XP? Oh no.
Well, you see, we're not trying to install XP. We are installing XP.
I don't know. We're still loading the setup first.
Yeah?
Like we got a long way to go yet. I'm more just. My current thought is just. Oh my god! How. Implying that is our limiting factor.
No. It's more of a case of just how old is this drive?
Pretty hecking old, I think.
Oh, it's only 2011. It's not that old.
No, that's not awful. But
It's
yeah,
only 10 years old.
I'd forgotten how slow optical media was. Because I remember that was the biggest reason why I shifted, because I installed Windows 7 from DVD to the bitter end. And then, well, not to the bitter end, but
for a long time.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was.
Oh dear.
Oh, is that game over?
Oh
If we're
dear.
blue screening. The BIOS in this system is not fully ACPI compliant. Oh, we're screwed, aren't we? It doesn't support the BIOS.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I also can't control or delete out of it.
ACPI settings. Yeah. No, I think we're toast. Our only other, I mean, yeah. Does Windows 7 support the ancient DirectX stuff? Because we could put Windows 7 on it.
Where's the
Install 10 and VM it. I don't want to VM it. Because gaming on a VM sucks.
Starter stuff, yeah.
Told you, drivers. This is, yeah, I was thinking of different kinds of drivers. Seven can do DX9. Oh yeah, but this is I want to run
DX7.
Deus Ex 1 and we need DirectX 7. Use a legacy MOBO. Yeah, that would have been the sensible thing. Could revert the BIOS to an old one. It's still going to be a UEFI BIOS though. I think that's the issue. Or, yeah.
This is none of the.
No, I think we're screwed. I think even if we were running an old BIOS, I think we'd still have problems.
Possibly.
That's the problem, is just it's been so long since I've run XP on something. It's been so long since I've run XP on a custom build computer that I've entirely forgotten what kind of hardware you would run it on. I mean, I've got older stuff than this, so the XP build is not dead. I wanted to build up this hardware just because it was cool, and I wanted to build up a white PC that would look cool. And, you know, we've kind of achieved that goal. Minus a couple of sketchy edges that we'll tidy up later on. But yeah. However, I don't think this ain't going to take XP, is it?
I don't know.
Try an older BIOS. I'm not.
Right, that's.
I mean, if it was mission critical, then yeah, going to an older BIOS would probably be a good plan. But, whoops, I don't know if I actually want to do that on stream. I'm more inclined to be like, oh, well, we built a computer and we talked about tech, which is the objective of the show. And this LED strip needs to be restuck. It lives there now. CVSM, or CSM at the bottom. That's CSM though, that's just for boot options, isn't it? Launch CSM enabled. Yeah.
Yeah, it is on enabled.
Legacy and Opera 1. Presumably it was on both previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought if it was going to work, it would have worked. Oh, that might do it. OS type, yeah. Should we give it one more spin? Yeah. And also, let's just give it a spin with my disc.
Yeah,
just in
yours
case.
is an SP2 disc.
Yeah, this should be Service Pack 2. So we've got half a chance that it actually... But apparently it's a Service Pack 3 one. So it might even have better support on it.
Yeah.
So that is annoying me intensely, having that dangling down. But there's nothing I can do about that right now.
Well, there is.
If you pull it out, no. It's actually, it feels like it's still actually stuck up there. So if we pull the rest of it off, that makes the job even harder. Yeah, there's nowhere to zip tie to. I'll get some double-sided tape. In fact, I'll do that now. Whoop. I'll actually fix it properly. Oh, we're booting 10 again.
Oops.
Whoop.
There you go. Fixed it.
No. No.
Oops.
Spam F8. Oh, no. This double-sided tape I've got is the hardest to remove the peel from. I should have left it alone. Come on. There we go. Haha.
Victoire!
Ah, victoire.
Automated system recovery. Okay.
There we go. That'll do. That should stay there now. Right. One more try. Do. Wipe drive, disk part, or F disk. Oh yeah, well we need to try and get to setup first. What protocol are we using for the hard drive? Legacy. Yeah.
It's called IDE.
Yeah, it's known as IDE or Legacy mode, which is parallel ATA. PATA. Or ATA 133 it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, ATA 133. Yeah. ATA 133 mode,
Was
I
that
guess.
166?
You missed a super chat with a suggestion. Oh. Did we? Oh, yeah. That didn't pop up along the top. Oh, well. Night Fusion with the £2. Disable fast boot. Then SATA control to Legacy. We did that about half an hour ago. But thanks, Night Fusion. Yeah, we're already in Legacy. We need a bit more than that, unfortunately.
Setup is loading files for USB keyboards.
Good. Well, at least we've got a USB keyboard then.
It was also loading drivers for XT keyboards.
Yeah. Yeah, we're already on IDE mode. Don't worry about it, Ziggy. Could you boot from USB to bypass it? That's not the problem. But if we built up a super Windows XP installer that was on USB, then we would also slipstream in additional stuff with that, which might also fix this problem. The issue is that I was trying to keep things really basic on a method that was just a surefire way. So I was just like, I'm not going to mess around with USB. I'm not going to mess around with super slipstreamed editions that may or may not work.
Yeah.
Wah. I'm just going to get a CD and a DVD drive. However, the issue here is that this board is too new for XP, or at least the BIOS on it is. I think we're screwed, aren't we?
Oh well. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We could put Windows 7 on it, but I don't think that really achieves what I was setting out to do.
Not particularly.
No.
It doesn't help.
No. So, yeah. Yeah. No, I think I'm going to abandon this method. The hardware is the motherboard is too new for XP. I needed to pick an older computer. I just wanted to pick this stuff because I wanted to build this motherboard up into something anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
because as I say, if I was serious, I should have used this build. Ugh. I should
Yeah.
have used this old thing because this is 2nd gen Intel, and it doesn't have a UEFI BIOS.
It's gonna be older.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
that
older.
has a legacy BIOS in it, which immediately drastic. And I think it's got an IDE controller. No, it doesn't, but still,
Yeah.
that one would have been a far better choice. But I wanted to build up that Sabertooth motherboard because it's cool. But on that note, we built a kind of cool computer, and a bit of fettling with the wires and stuff like that, and that'll look rad. And I'm going to keep this thing built up, and I'm just going to well, what we'll do, we'll turn this off for now because I think we're rooted, aren't we? I'll let you read the thing.
Oh yeah, you can disable ACPI, can't you?
Some BIOS have ACPI version change. Yeah.
But you can disable ACPI, so I just want to see.
Oh, I mean, I guess. And yeah, we can just have it's now safe to turn off your computer. Yeah. That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just do that, or have you just missed boot? Because I think we're...
You need to hit, apparently, F7 when it prompts you to install the...
Ah. Would it not be a disable AHCI from BIOS?
No, apparently
ACPI.
it's apparently a disable in the installer. That's what the stop screen said.
Okay.
So I've no idea, and it said press F7 when it says press F2 to load drivers, and it will silently disable.
Very well.
We'll see.
All right, one more try then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Motherboard incompatibility. Yeah.
It's just a case of basically just trying to get it to install, because you're not that fussed about using it.
No. That's the thing. I don't need a good user experience. I just want it to need it to run. But as I say, I mean, I didn't have my heart set on this. This is just it would have been really funny to build up this cool basically my vision was that it would be really, really funny to have this computer running Windows XP. That was my plan. But unfortunately, it's a case of there's too many variables here. There's too many variables here that are going to be causing us problems, and that's where we've come a cropper.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had XP on an AM2 Plus Mobo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to use one stick of 4 gigs of RAM. I don't think that's where we're getting hung up. We're hung up on ACPI at the moment, which is which is not memory.
Yeah. If it doesn't particularly matter.
Just keep streaming and start over. Oh, hell no.
So I'm sure it'd be possible to pick up slightly more period appropriate motherboards and stuff off eBay for actually not that much.
Yeah, probably. ACPI. Anyone know what ACPI stands for? It's the power. It's the power control interface. So it is power management that allows the operating system to interface with the power management of the hardware. So case in point is the classic one is the legendary "it is now safe to turn off your computer" screen. Windows could shut down, but it could not switch off the computer. ACPI allows Windows to interface with the power management system of the computer, so it can say, "I've shut down, switch off hardware." And it also allows for a sleep mode and things like that, and all of the other power states of the computer. That's what ACPI handles. I don't believe it. We're in. We're getting there. Oh, you know what? I think we're back on, guys. Right, so yeah, delete all. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen all of this, and I love it.
Quick! For the love of God, quick.
Yeah, if you don't select quick, it does a low-level format, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A low-level format will probably mince this SSD.
This may take several minutes. But the drive will go boom.
Yeah.
XP will go ah.
Yeah, well, it's the heckin' CD that's our limiting factor at the moment.
Oh, there we go. Now it's getting up to speed.
I want to say that sounds really unhealthy, but that's exactly what a DVD drive sounds like. They sound like a bag of nails. So yeah. Oh, I can't believe that actually worked and we're actually progressing. So yeah, we're gonna have no power management, but we don't need power management. Oh, I don't know how this is going to affect. Well, no, I was thinking I don't know how this is going to affect other drivers for hardware, but I don't see why it would cause any problems with anything else. We'll just have no sleep mode. We just won't have sleep, and we'll have it's now safe to shut down your computer screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
I've genuinely forgotten that was even a thing.
Yeah.
In day to day, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Well,
the memory of yes, that exists.
yeah, that's right. Most people haven't seen it since Windows 95.
Yeah. Yeah, because 98 brought in AC.
95 supported ACPI, I think.
Did it?
However, by the time we were in Windows 98, everyone had ACPI computers by then, because ATX was out by that point. Most people running Windows 95 were probably on an AT system, like a Pentium 1. However, by the time 98 came around, everyone was running Pentium 2s and newer, all of which would have ACPI. What model is the board? It's a Asus Sabertooth Z97. Don't need power management, just suffocate it with a pillow. Oh no. No more dreams now, only tears. Snappy driver installer should be able to find all the driver things.
Yeah.
Automatic driver updaters. Is Snappy
it's an
driver
open source one.
Isn't it an open source one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Postal pinged me a link for it.
Yeah. All right. Maybe. Yeah. I might forgive you then. Any kind of automatic driver updater software, in my experience, is trash malware. I dislike them intensely. So I was ready to hate. Is that the XPG Battle Cruiser? This is the XPG Invader.
Which is probably the same thing.
Yeah, the Battle Cruiser probably is the same thing with a different front panel on it. It's a kind of a rad case. I'm kind of glad to get this out. As I say, I just had it in my head that it was an airflow case and I was going to put LED fans in it. I mean, we still could for the lols, but nah.
Okay.
That's not how that works. I mean, it kind of does, but whatever. Have we got the back panel on this? We have, yeah. I wish we had... It's a shame this bench isn't wider and we can't have the monitor and the PC at the same time. We put that there and you can move that around a bit. Can we have them both in shot? There we go, that's kind of cool.
You can pull in, obviously, tighter on the monitor side if you wanted.
Yeah, I don't think anyone needs to actually see the writing on it. If it comes up with anything interesting, we'll read it out. Hey, Ziggy with the channel membership. Thank you very much. No ACPI can definitely cause problems with the graphics drivers. I was kind of afraid of that.
Yeah.
What's up, Pianov? How's it going?
We will see what happens.
If this actually works, I'll be very amazed right now. You're not able to put overlay of stream PC specs. I'm able to do that. I just can't be bothered to do that. Mark 1 and Mark 2. It's a Mark S to be exact. Oh, which one was it?
Remember when it
showed you all the files? Yeah.
Is this I can't remember which rev this is.
Yeah.
And the serial number's covered up by the
Yeah. Let's see what we get when we get.
Well, yeah, it's only for the chipset driver.
Yeah. I don't know how far we're going to go with this today because part of me thought that we'd install Windows XP and then we'd be on the desktop and we'd be like, yeah, there we go, it's all done.
Goodbye.
Yeah. But now the other part of me is remembering that this is Windows XP and it's not going to know, like, it's not even that we're using a motherboard that shouldn't be running XP, but Windows XP didn't know what anything is. And I'm like, oh no, the actual installation phase of XP, that's just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
I'm not going to reject that. Because it will sort itself out.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it does stuff with the CD after it boots from the drive.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. Yep. Get USB for drives, maybe. What fixed the blue screen of death? We disabled ACPI by pressing F7 as setup was loading.
Basically, we bypassed it.
Yeah, which is bizarre because the blue screen literally said press F7 at start and it will silently disable ACPI, and that worked. So we're getting an XP boot. However, we're probably going to have a world of hurt because we don't have ACPI. So I'm expecting to have big problems. Yeah, look, it's that screen. However, hopefully at least we're getting some nostalgia. Hopefully we're scoring nostalgia points for doing dumb stuff here. So yeah. 39 minutes. Yeah, we're in the overtime, boys. We're in the overtime. I'm going to set a time limit. I'm going to set a time limit of 20 minutes. When we get up to the 3-hour marker, when it gets to 7 o'clock, it's 6:30. It is 6:30 now. When we get to 7 o'clock, we're ending the stream, come hell or high water. We're going to see how much of this we can make working in the next half hour. Because I'm not going to spend 4 hours messing around with this. I've got better things to do with my life. I've got Factorio to play. The factory must grow. So I'd rather be at home playing Factorio than doing this. So can it run Minecraft? No. Intel. Oh God, yeah. Intel Gigabit Ethernet on XP. We'll see. We'll see. Order some pizzas and stream for a few more hours. I don't wanna. I want to go home. Speed running Windows XP installation, quite possibly.
It's amazing that it's still taking a long time to do this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, luckily, at least we've got the horsepower that it gets through the processing part of it very quickly.
Yeah, but it's just interesting. It still takes a lot of time to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, right.
Your computer will be faster.
Are we going to have... Right, what do we need? We need Ethernet. Ethernet is top priority because that is the easiest thing to get working. I'm actually tempted to go and burn the Ethernet drivers to a CD. Because I don't think we're going to have USB 2.
Why not?
Because it's XP, and XP doesn't know what USB 2 is.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
XP was the first version to support USB 2 out of the box, wasn't it?
Ah.
Or was that NT5?
It's not going to support flash drives, though, is it?
Why not?
Because it's XP.
I guess it depends on which controller the flash drives go up.
Yeah.
That would be more the question.
USB working rear some? Yeah. I mean, I'm not... Obviously, USB 3 is a pipe dream. USB 2 will work fine. All right, okay. We're going with yes for that.
Yeah. There we go.
Right, I'll let you crash through the rest of that.
Remember all of this?
Yeah, because selecting the right language... Well, actually, we can't change this later on. So, yeah, you've got to select it now. Right, okay, what do we need? So, I'm going to grab my laptop. Actually, I'll do it on the... We'll use the thing.
Oh, you have to change it at the top first. I forget. Currently could not remove English United States. Next time you reboot or log off. Oh, God. Name.
That's the modern world, isn't it? Could not remove the United States.
What are we going to call this?
Name your PC.
No, your full name. What are we typing in here?
Just full name. Give us a funny name, chat. Give us a funny name.
That's
That's not
safe
rude.
for public consumption.
Safe for public consumption.
Gareth.
You know what?
Deus Ex. Janus. Of course, Spud is the one that says that. Of course, Spud. Sir Henry. Gordon Bennett.
Why have I not got... Oh, because the...
Cyberpunk.
Pick the one you like the most.
Oh, dear. Gareth. There you go.
All right.
Please enter your product key for your volume license product key.
Product key. All right, we can't skip this, can we?
Well, I can click next, and then
Yeah.
say it's not
Right,
valid.
that's fine. I was prepared for this situation. Oh, did you say it was a volume?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Right.
I require your volume license key.
That's good that it's a volume license, because it means we don't have to worry about activating it then.
Activate.
I've got an enormous list of XP codes here, so hopefully one of them will work. Right, let's see. We need a volume license.
Yes, please. For XP. Professional.
Find volume.
Also needs to be.
Oh my god, don't tell me it doesn't have a volume license. Oh, hell. Really? I've got a list that's pages long of XP serial numbers, and there isn't a volume license
What
one.
are they called?
XP volume license key. That was the list, but it's got everything bar volume. I'll let you have a quick look through that. 30 minutes, it's not going to cut it. Oh, we're in a race now. I'm off to hack the nearest uni. The laptop is a Dell Latitude. Right.
I'm going to try one of those.
All right. Well, yeah, go for it. I think it's going to reject it. I'm just going to get a flash drive ready, just so we're ready to actually transfer drivers onto this.
Oh no, that's the 64.
Yeah, we need
edition.
32-bit.
I don't want that one. I want that one.
Actually,
I want that one.
I want to format this flash drive. Oh no, that flash drive's like 128 gigs. That's going to culture. There's so many things that I'm like, will that even work on XP? Does XP know what 120 gigs is? Format. Let's try it. SanDisk. I will FAT32 it.
Oh, apparently it took it.
It took it. Oh, rad.
Yeah.
Fair enough. SanDisk. Oh, FAT32 volume labels are limited to 6 characters. So my SanDisk got abbreviated to SanDisk.
Put this.
Put this pencil here.
Oh dear.
All right.
Oh
That
dear.
is
Oh
ready.
dear.
Try Linux. That won't run Deus Ex. That's the objective. How much RAM have we put in there? We've got 16 gigs of RAM in there on 32-bit Windows XP. So let's see what that looks like. It's just going to come with 3.5, isn't it? So
I guess probably.
yeah.
Yes.
XP Pro. Oh, Corp serial number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Good shout. Yeah. Right, I've got a million pings in Discord.
Yes. This is currently running off of an SSD. Well, installing to an SSD.
For what that's worth, yeah. I can't believe we're still on the installation screen.
That's because it's coming out of the optical.
I know, but just like Windows 10 has spoiled us with just how quick and easy Windows 10 is to install.
It's the same as 8.8 and 8.1 was.
True, yeah.
That was the major upgrade
going
from XP to Vista, was that you could do an unattended install. You
Yeah.
could just go drive, install, and it would go through all the way to the end and then ask you for details. Instead of this, it asks you for details partway through. Why? Ask me for details at the end.
Yeah.
Who thought that was a good design thing?
Yeah.
Steve Jobs wouldn't let that
I'm
happen.
sure it's possible to. I think you can script XP for unintended install, but you have to burn a like a slipstream CD specifically for it that has all of your details in the slipstream.
Yeah.
XP can use PAE. What's PAE?
PAYE. Pay as you earn. Do you remember setting
Oh, physical address extension. Oh, I see. For big drives. Yeah.
There's also a thing where there was some weird hacky thing you could do on XP to make it have a 34-bit RAM register or something, or like a 36-bit RAM register.
I mean, I guess with XP, it kind of made sense just because XP 64-bit sucked because there was no driver support for it.
And it was a case that the very end of the life of XP was just around the time where having more than 4 gig.
On a hobnob.
I will have one of your hobnobs. Thank you.
I was trying to be rustling somewhere else.
I know. And then I went, I don't care.
You're eating it upside down as well, which upsets me.
Oh, sorry.
Drive a link in the Discord. Thank you.
Eventually.
Good
We'll get
Lord.
there.
Intel Network Adapter Driver for Windows XP 32-bit. Last updated 2013. Not bad. That was only about a year before this motherboard was made. I'd imagine. Alright, sharing folder. How big is this file? The installer is 18.2 megabytes, so I'm assuming that's 200 kilobytes of drivers and padding for the rest of it.
Oh, this is nutty. What?
So, I don't have an Ethernet cable over here,
Why not?
because I haven't run one yet,
Oh my god.
because everything's wireless.
To improve the appearance of visual elements, Windows will automatically adjust your screen resolution.
To what, 800 by 600?
Windows adjusts your screen resolution. If you can read this text, click OK to continue. OK.
Well, let's start with Ethernet drivers and see how far we get. Oh, there it is, everyone. To be honest, if we get as far
Thank
as...
you for purchasing Microsoft XP. Let's spend a few minutes setting up your computer.
This is where we would have that rad music that we spoke about.
I'm here to help you set up your computer. I can explain things as you move along. Anytime you need help, just click me with the mouse or press the F1 key. Shut up, Cortana. Automatic updates.
Oh my god, yeah. I've forgotten about the setup assistant. That was the Cortana
Who
of
will
the
use
day.
this computer? Gareth.
Oh, you can't. That's the same as the PC name.
So?
Oh, no. Oh, that was registered users. I was going to say the username can't be the same as the PC name.
There we go. Ta-da!
And I said I'm busy rubbing my eyes.
Your computer might be at risk. Antivirus software might not be installed.
There's the hill. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, task device manager. What's the damage? Yeah. XP.
Apparently, we do have a standard floppy disk controller.
Where? It's probably buried in the PCH somewhere for legacy reasons because there's probably like an obscure thing where like loads of software will break if there's no floppy drive controller or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's just like a fake floppy drive controller.
The thing though that amazes me is the generic XP driver for graphics works with this. Though,
I
as
guess,
well.
yeah. Right, I've just plugged in a flash drive.
It's installing the driver.
I don't believe. Oh, it had it.
Yeah, it's installing the driver.
Oh, take a tour of Windows XP. Cool.
I'll do that in a second.
Please don't. Could you
No.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say next time copy the installer from the desktop. Okay, right. We need Right, if you stop dying, I'm going to get graphics drivers.
You're going to get graphic. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Start telling me what we need, and I'll start tracking it down. Right.
This is an
Radeon
HD 6550, isn't it?
6950.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
6950 drivers. Right. AMD.com.
Yeah, sure. Let's install all of the bits. The Microsoft snip is not enabled. Okay. We cannot have snip.
Windows legacy drivers.
Yes. We also
180 megabytes. What else can't we have?
the Intel snip. Whatever the SNMP is.
I love some.
I love Sims. They buy my bathwater.
Oh, no. Don't install the extra stuff. Oh, did you select everything?
No Intel adapters are present in this computer.
Nailed it. Okay. We need to extract the driver file if possible. Okay, finish. Just head to C drive and just see if it made a temporary folder. Because if it extracted the contents of the installer, then we'll have the...
Oh, yes. Remember when that was a thing?
Oh my god. I'd forgotten.
Oh my god!
Where is everything? That's it. That's C drive. Okay.
No, wait, hold on. It's Wait, that's the wrong one.
I was hoping we'd have an Intel folder that would have the driver in it. Right-click exe to extract. Can we do that? Yeah.
Where's the thingy? I want the thingy to show the thingies.
Oh,
there
hidden
we
files. Yeah, view. And also, a bit further down, there's another one. Hide protected files.
go. That's it.
Yeah, there we go. There's
That's
a bit more.
literally it.
Yeah. Right. Go back to Sanvis. And firstly, just drop that onto the desktop, just so and then right-click on it. And yeah, no, we can't extract from that. Well, you have a fiddle with that. I'm gonna copy the graphics drivers in, and we'll see if we can get graphics drivers.
Can you not Windows R to Runbox on XP? Oh no, you can. I just apparently broke it.
GG.
I have an int B2. Is that it? No. No. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Go into a Windows folder. Oh, really? Stop plugging things in.
Oh yeah,
no.
we're not actually going to install Deus Ex today because I've forgotten it anyway. But I have LAN.
Windows folder and there'll be an Intel thing.
Yeah, are you sure it hasn't actually got it?
I do
Failing
not
that.
see an Intel folder.
Yeah, fine. Let's try graphics.
Oh, installer, maybe. Places. No, okay.
I don't know what anything is anymore. Yeah.
I'm cancelling
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get. I'm basically at this point. I'm looking for just some. I'm looking for some notable.
Sign of life.
Yeah, that's right. Like all the little details we would figure out in time. We are going to run out of time. We've got 15 minutes before I'm calling it. But if we can get like graphics drivers on there and stuff like that, we can be like, okay, look, this is progressing now. If you spent another couple of hours dicking around with drivers, we'd get all of that cleared up.
I love the fact that there's a dill file called don't fix.
.NET's missing. Yeah, that's fine. We're not worried about Catalyst Control Center. We just need the driver. So yeah, if you custom install, and then we just do driver only. This will be the critical thing, detecting graphics hardware. If it gets past this screen, because it actually detects that there's an AMD graphics card there, then we're actually cruising.
The Banner Saga.
It's also got Realtek. Oh, the other network card. Maybe. Does Steam still run on XP? That's
No.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I thought it would. For a minute, I was like, oh, it might do, but then you're like, no. And yeah, I'm like, no, of course it doesn't. First time in the chat. What is the specs of this PC? It's an i7-4790K. It's a Z97 Sabertooth S and a Radeon HD 6950. Has 2 LAN chips. Yes, it will do, I would imagine.
Yes.
These things tend to. Oh, it's not finding that graphics hardware. I feel like it should have gotten past this by now. I think to actually make any progress with installing drivers on this, we'd need to install WinRAR or 7-zip so we could actually extract files from these MSIs and EXEs.
Also, possibly a case of just getting the chipset driver on there.
Yeah, that's true, because lack of chipset drivers might be preventing programs from detecting hardware. I mean, we could try going for chipset drivers next. No.
Just say.
Get 7-zip. Oh, I don't want to. I just want to install something just to prove that we could actually make progress with this. Did you copy this to the desktop or you run? Good. Yeah. Okay. Whoop. Right. He gets one more chance. I'm gonna try and find Z97 XP drivers.
Didn't someone ping you on the Discord with them?
Maybe. We've got network drivers, but I'm not interested in network drivers at the moment because we're not going to have them anyway. I don't even have an Ethernet cable to the desk, and it's going to take me 10 minutes to get an Ethernet cable.
Oh yeah,
over here.
no.
So,
Well,
yeah.
not that. Just a case of I thought someone pinged you with the chipset drivers.
Drivers XP.
Oh. Remember that Disney customized build of XP they did?
That was amazing. Ooh, okay, Asus 7 Sabertooth.
Mark S.
Yeah. I was going to go for the Intel website, but they've got very little there.
Yeah, I'd go for the Asus.
Yeah.
Asus. No. I like that this is advertising Battlefield 4 still, though. And Saints Row 4. God, Saints Row 4 must have come out in what? 2012?
XP isn't listed on the Asus website.
What is? Is it Vista and up?
7 and up.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. I think we're rooted. Oh, that's annoying because we got this far. Oh, no, it's still detecting hardware. It's not going to get past that screen.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, like given lots of time, I think we could probably start making progress because, as I say, we'd have to find drivers, extract them, and do a manually specify this and INI files.
Yeah.
That's how you'd approach this because that's what we had to do back in the day. Is with laptops with obscure motherboards and via motherboards and stuff like that, you had to manually install all the drivers, and so that's how I would approach this. But the problem is, it takes hours to do that. And we are out of time.
And somewhat out of interest.
Yeah. Could be a lack of ACPI causing this. That as well, Postal. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Intel dropped XP support with the 8 series chipsets. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I think we're at the end of the road with this for now. I will probably... I'm not going to ditch XP on this quite yet. I think offline, I'm going to spend a little bit of time messing around with this just to see, like, offline.
Oh yeah, there's no standby.
Yeah, offline, when I've got hours to put into this without being fussed, I'll just do it on lunch breaks and while I'm doing other stuff. I'll see if I can start making progress with this just for the lols. Yeah, it is now safe to turn off your computer.
That's what it looks like on XP. I've
Yeah.
never seen it on XP.
However, today, I think today it's a matter of no, we're done. So yeah, we've put in 3 hours on this. We've had a bit of a lot. At least we got to the desktop. I thought we weren't going to get that far. When we hit that blue screen, I was like, no, that's it, we're done. So I'm impressed we got as far as the desktop right now, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No. That was somewhat more successful than was envisioned.
Yeah.
But less successful than was hoped.
Yes. Yeah. A part of me now is sitting here thinking, going, I don't know what part of me thought it would be as simple as just install XP. But
because XP could, on occasion, be that simple.
Yeah, I guess.
There were occasions where it was, but yeah, it's a case that no, it doesn't.
And in a way, sometimes you kind of got to try these mad lad things just so you can see for yourself what you're up against.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
I think it's a case though that kind of having to go from the reverse and be like, here's .NET Framework 1, here's .NET Framework 2.5, here's .NET Framework 3.
Yeah.
And just kind of building that way around.
Yeah. Arnold G just said .NET 3.5 plus, and yeah, I think you're right. Getting some .NET on there may also start helping things out. Although, as I say, for me, I think getting either 7-zip or WinRAR on there so we can actually extract drivers from the installer packages, I think that would be the best approach at this point, so we could start getting some functionality.
If you're actually going to be doing it long term, the thing to do will be to use a different motherboard.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point we've proven that this motherboard was a bad idea.
Yeah, and also to use a disk that has the AHCI drivers in it.
Yeah.
So you can at least use AHCI.
Yeah.
Because if you're using it in any serious capacity, you'll want that.
I'd probably pick out a motherboard that's still got a I'd probably pick out a motherboard that's still got IDE on it.
Yeah.
Just so I can actually so I can or a floppy disk controller, just so I can put in a physical floppy disk for loading files off of, because as I say, with Windows XP you have to load the AHCI driver from a physical floppy disk. I know,
or obviously or bake it in.
Or bake it in. Because I've danced around that on so many things in the past, and just found that a physical floppy disk drive, not a USB one, not a SATA one, not a SCSI one, just an ATA floppy disk drive is the only thing that works.
Yeah. And that was the major, obviously, move as well with Vista and stuff, was there being a standardized generic ACPI.
No, AHCI.
AHCI driver, just a generic one that would at least communicate with the device, and then you could install your fancy one inside Windows from the desktop.
Go for something with Ivy Bridge or older. Well, I mentioned I've got an Ivy Bridge. What's Ivy Bridge? Is that second or?
I can't remember.
Yeah, Ivy Bridge is Ivy Bridge second or third gen? I've got second gen on the floor over there.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be really funny to have this computer running XP.
Yeah, exactly. It was a case of, because this was laying around unbuilt.
Yeah.
And it was a case of it would.
I wanted to build this up into something anyway.
If it had actually functioned.
Yeah. Because the goal was, because I stream games on Thursday and Sunday nights on Twitch, and it just would have been really cool to say, right, I'm doing my Deus Ex 1 stream, and be like, look at this computer I built just to play this game, and then HDMI capture it.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Absolutely.
So,
But
Sandy is second. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the one I was thinking.
But obviously also just a case of kind of the option of building something that is more appropriate.
Yeah.
By period.
Yeah.
So,
And also these Black Edition XP ones. Maybe. Those would probably work, but I feel like it's more fun to manually install stuff. Just so you know what's on there as well.
I think also, and it'd be interesting to do a super speed video of it. Just record the entire thing.
Could do. Yeah.
And just stick it up at like 18x speed.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe. The problem is, the reason why I would only do, this was fun to do on this show because this show has no serious direction. That's the point of it. We just mess around. Whereas if I actually made any kind of video, it would need to have an objective, and I wouldn't put a mainline video on my channel about Windows XP because I'm just like, I don't care, you know. And I can't put effort into something that I don't actually care about.
Yeah.
So yeah, more fun to mess around and say, right, we had two to 3 hours to try and make this work. We got that far. I'm going home now. I'm gonna go home, have some food, play Factorio. So
Absolutely.
Daryl S, just like my life. Oh no. Look, I care about you, Daryl. You came here to hang out with us, and that makes you important. So yeah. Windows 98 SE build? No. Absolutely not. Right.
Someone would have to donate period appropriate hardware for that.
Oh, even then, I don't want to. But I mean, I've got the old computer. I've got a Pentium 166 out back.
I know that you keep saying you're going to do something.
Yeah, and then I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't because I don't care and I can't be bothered. And I've lost interest and I'd rather play Factorio.
So what we're saying is, goodbye. Thanks for coming.
Epic 90s box, yeah. The Epic 90s box, I did one video on it and I was like, I'm going to go and buy hardware for this and come back to this. And then never did. But I think also that's because when I went away to buy hardware, I wanted to go and buy a Voodoo card. And Voodoo cards were like 40 or 50 pounds for a Voodoo accelerator card. And I'm like, I'm not spending money on this. What are you, nuts? So yeah.
But yeah, it's
Someone
worth
gave
it.
me the Voodoo one. That's true, actually. I've got the hard... I do need to come back to that because we've got the Voodoo card.
Yeah.
I'd completely forgotten about that. You're right.
It's worth stuff.
Yeah, I will come back to that. Will that will be the reprieve of this. The problem is I don't think will the Voodoo one run Deus Ex? Yeah, it will. Yeah, because I originally played Deus Ex on a Pentium 166 with a Voodoo 1 accelerator. That's how I first played the game. You're right there.
I didn't mean to press the power button.
Fair enough. Oh well. Right. I think we're dead. I think we're... The power supply is off and the fans are still going.
Yeah, because they're powered up with 5-volt standby.
I think we're done, aren't we? It's time to end the stream.
Absolutely.
Thank you for everyone for coming in. How did we do today? We averaged 300 viewers across this, about 300, 350.
The averaged viewers.
Yeah.
That is.
Well,
that
it's
is
down to
indeed.
300 now, and that's because everyone's leaving because the stream has died. Oh, well, where was the peaks? Yeah. Oh, that's all right, yeah. The peak was at 400. Damn, bro. We did all right. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. We're leaving. I'm going home. I'm not even going to take this down. I'm going to turn off all the lights and walk out the door. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll be back next week with something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll find something else stupid to do while we talk next week. I enjoyed this one because we had a bit more time this week to actually talk tech. Whereas with the water cooling, we were kind of sort of going for most of that stream. But yeah, either way, I enjoyed this stream. We'll be back with something like this again next Saturday. So we'll see you guys then.
I have enjoyed this stream in English.
As have I. I have enjoyed this conversation in English. We'll be back next week. More videos on Tuesday of something. I need to edit a video this weekend. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I'm gonna hit end stream now. Bye. See you next time. Toodaloos.
Ciao.
Auf Wiedersehen. End stream.
Tschüss.